Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Tales from the Grim. Tonight we have a very, very special production session and adventure for you, as some mighty members of the comic book industry have joined forces, assembled to help our bastions of brick and mortar. Our imagination stations, our comic book stores are suffering, as are so many people during this time. But we are here to help. So if you would like to become part of our narrative, part of the story that is going to be told, look straight down, scroll down a bit, and you will see that there are several tabs that you can elect to donate to. 100% of the donations for this charity game are going directly to the Book Industry Charitable Foundation. They are the small business association specific to independent booksellers and comic book shops. They are currently running as many loan programs and straight grants as they can to keep the comic book shops alive, to keep the independent booksellers alive. It is something that's very near and dear to a lot of us that are comic book fans. They need to be there. We need to be able to go in and smell the ink and talk to the friends. Social distancing has stopped that for now. It cannot stop it forever. So, once again, if you donate to anything, if you can look down, provide a Quinjet, fantastic. You will also see there are several things that you can't directly donate to, but they are tiered. At $50, then we will activate Power Stunts. Some other things grow, as Silver Surfer is a possibility as well. This is a fantastic scenario that is going to be set up. I'm not going to take long to talk about it, but it is also your story. You are going to be able to direct these heroes that you will see on screen to fight, prevail, wage war, and find peace. But I'm not here to tell the story tonight. It's time for me to hand it off to a group of Avengers. They have assembled for us, for the stores. Join us as we tell a story for brick and mortar. Here we go. See you in a bit.
Hello, my name is David Gallagher. I'm the author of Green Lantern Corps for DC Comics, as well as Dark Star and the Winter Guard for Marvel, and the only living boy in action-adventure role-playing game, action-adventure series for young adults. I'm here with a fantastic group of comic book creators, nonfiction authors, and voice talent, as well as cartoon and industry aficionados. We're here to play Avengers Until the End of the Earth, a Marvel FASERIP role-playing game originated back in the 1980s, and I'm so happy to have these players playing our reserve group of Avengers. We're going to do a very quick introduction, starting with Jay Gray. Jay, if you could introduce yourself and tell us who you are and who you're playing, and we'll move from there.
Hi, I'm Jay Gray. I am the media ambassador for Artelzorian Games, makers of Cyberpunk 2020, Cyberpunk Red, and The Witcher. I am playing Nadia Pym, aka the latest person to hold the mantle of the Wasp.
Fantastic. Now we're going to go over to Jamar Nicholas. Jamar, can you tell us who you're playing and a little bit about who you are?
Sure, thanks. I'll be playing Elvin Halliday, aka Rage. I'm very happy to be here, and I wore my yellow jacket.
And Jamar, what book do you work on for the comic industry?
My newest project is Leon, Protector of the Playground.
Fantastic. John Kalin.
Hey, how you doing, David? I'm Jonathan Callan. I'm a games and animation writer. I've written for Justice League Unlimited, Young Justice, a lot of DC animated shows, and Warner Brothers series. I will be playing the Vision this evening, who is still searching for meaning after having died, maybe 150 times.
Fantastic. Jackson.
Hey, I'm Jackson Lansing. I'm one half of the writing duo Lansing Kelly, and we are responsible for Green Arrow at DC Comics, currently show running Star Trek Year 5 for IDW, as well as a whole bunch of other comics work. We today are one person fused together through me to help on this, and I will be playing U.S. Agent John Walker, the very worst Captain America. So it's going to be a blast.
David.
Do you mean me? Or are you talking to yourself, sir?
I mean you.
Okay. I'm David Elton. I don't deserve to be among these gods. I do some voiceover work, not very much to say there, aside from been on the Joe and Joe podcast, Game and Talk, as well as interactive distractions. I'm going to be playing Moon Knight, who is right here. Basically think of Batman with a lot of different personalities. Well, he only really has 3, but that's more than the average person. So,
Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat Cahill. I wrote a book for Image Comics forever ago called I Hate Gallant Girl. I do regularly stream on Time to Tabletop, however. So I do a lot of online role playing. So if you enjoy me tonight, you can check me out there as well. And if you don't, well, you know what channel to avoid, I suppose. Tonight I will be playing Patsy Walker, aka Hellcat, aka much more famous in her civilian life than she is as a superhero, and mildly resentful about it. Also, her other superpower is picking very bad husbands. So, good times for Patsy all the time. And I'll hand it over to the next person.
Dan.
Hi, my name is Dan Faust. I am a writer of nonfiction books for middle grade students. Tonight I will be playing Benjamin J. Grimm, the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. And yeah, I'm really excited to be here. This is going to be a lot of fun.
All right. And I think we have covered all of our Avengers. I'm super excited. So, this adventure, bring yourselves to Stark Tower and the first episode of Avengers Until the End of the World. So as we sit and sort of imagine ourselves in a world where the Fantastic Four are off in another dimension dealing with some wacky consequences of Reed Richards. And most of the Avengers are up dealing with the fallout from some sort of weird Asgardian war, and the X-Men are doing Xavier knows what ever on Karoka. We are left with the reserve Avengers guarding the majority of planet Earth. So for now, Hellcat is catching up Rage and Wasp at Stark Tower training room, where we will find that Rage and the Inquisitive Wasp are asking questions about all the new innovations at Stark Towers. I bring it over to you, Jamar, with your first question to Hellcat about the wacky new things that you're discovering in Stark Tower for the very first time.
Yo, so I was trying to find a pool, right? And there's like 18 pools. And like I had like my towel and my slides, right? And Hellcat, I was about to get in this pool, but there was a plane at the bottom of it. You have anything to do with that? Can you help me out with that? Why is there a jet at the bottom of the pool?
Well, it's incredibly important to make sure that all of the Stark equipment functions properly at all conditions. And you would be surprised the amount of times that the Avengers have to put a plane far below water. In fact, much, much deeper than that particular pool. We have another pool that we're going to put it in after that to make sure that that can handle the pressure even more so. So we're just going to keep going to deeper and deeper and deeper pools.
If you say so. That'll make no sense, but okay.
Miss Hellcat, tell me, did you date my father? Because with your dating history, it seems like that might have been a thing.
You know what? I would really have to double check my diary to see. Like, I've got the way the kids put it nowadays. I have a lot of hoes in different area codes, so maybe.
Well, just It never ends well.
Honestly, none of my relations ever have. But yeah, if you ever need a wingman to steer you away from somebody, you come to me and you say, "Hey, Hellcat, do you like this person?" And if I say yes, you should probably just go the other way.
Oh, do you like Rach?
I mean, we just met.
Well, you know how we get down.
I do not know. I was raised in an assassin training camp.
Well, I was raised in California, so same.
I do not think that that's so.
Rage is just like looking back and forth. It's like, yo, white people, man. It's crazy.
Rage, do you have another question for Hellcat?
Pool's really not that deep. Mine are deeper. Whatever. It's nice for Starks. Yeah.
So I was trying to find the roof, and there's like 3 roofs, and like, where's the real roof? You got any information on that?
I mean, personally, I would view any of the 3 roofs as being real versus unreal.
I mean, the roofs keep going up. I mean, I already asked Jarvis twice where the real roof was.
Oh yeah, well we're always raising the roof in the Avengers.
This is true.
Kids say that too.
No, they do not. Also, my studies have shown that the tower has been raised in height 53 times. Only 22 of them because Galactus invaded.
Oh, well, don't you just know everything?
No, there is much I have yet to learn. For example, I am still not sure what a Tinder is.
And on that note, Vision, Moon Knight, U.S. Agent, and The Thing also find themselves in Stark Tower, but for very different reasons. Before the Avengers shuffled off to do whatever they were doing in the Asgardian era, and there was talk of reforming the West Coast Avengers, which Tony Stark took it upon himself to do. This time, however, he didn't consult Vision, Moon Knight, U.S. Agent, or The Thing, 4 former members of the West Coast Avengers. And their respective levels of annoyance vary from being really pissed off with Stark to being very logically oriented with Stark. So for the next 2 minutes, Thing, in this order, Thing, Vision, Moon Knight, and U.S. Agent will take out their grievances on Jarvis, which I guess is me, the GM. So, I'm so sorry, Mr. Grimm. I will definitely convey your disappointment with Mr. Stark. Was there anything else you had to say about how he didn't consult you?
Well, I mean, all I'm saying is it would have been nice if I was just at least asked. Moving out to the West Coast again, I mean, I'd have to leave my family behind, and Alicia would have to reacclimate herself to reacclimate is a word that I heard Reed use. I'm not 100% sure what it means, but I think it fits in this case. She'd have to get used to being someplace that she wasn't familiar with. So. I'm not really upset. I'm just a little annoyed that he didn't ask. Also, you want to play poker later?
Yeah. Well, certainly I do enjoy a game of poker. Are we talking 5 card or 7 card?
Oh, I only play Texas Hold'em.
Well, those rules are unfamiliar with me, but I'd be happy to learn from you, as I hear that you run a very quote-unquote mean game. I believe that it is up to you now, Master Vision, about how you feel about how Mr. Stark has decided to reform the West Coast Avengers without your consultation.
Curious that you would describe it that way. I wouldn't think my feelings enter into the matter. Merely the simple logic that I am one of the oldest and most accredited Avengers.
That is true, Master Vision. Though I do wonder about if every time that you are destroyed or your memory is erased, that each one of you becomes a new version of you in some sort of a weird confluence re-infancy. So each time that you are erased, do you start from when you were born as your memory reconstructed as new infancy from day one? It's all very interesting from a matter of like what is the word, maturity. I will certainly take the matter and bring it to Mr. Stark.
Interesting. I had not considered this point of view. You have made me very sad.
It is very sad whenever any of the former Avengers are definitely not considered in these great matters. But I, as a humble servant, am here to listen. I believe that it is up to you now, Moon Knight, to describe which Moon Knight. It is up to you now, Moon Knight, to talk about how.
Oh, come on, spit it out, machine. Come on.
My name is Jarvis. I am a humble butler. I am no.
Yeah, Jarvis. Yeah. I get it.
I'm here to talk to whichever.
Do I have to talk to the help?
Whichever one of you chooses to grant us with your. Hello, Mr. Spectre. It's so great to have you as one of our reserve members. I am so delighted to convey whatever message you have directly to Mr. Stark.
I believe you addressed me as Mr. Spectre. It's Mr. Grant, just so you know. Machine, help, whatever you are.
I object to the use of the word machine in the derogatory.
He's a machine. You're more than a machine. I actually appreciate you.
I'm a
very great technology.
I'm a human butler.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're a machine to me. You know, butler, machine, whatever. You tell Stark I'll see him on the squash court. Is it not tea time? Where are the sandwiches? There should be sandwiches. Where are they?
Yes. I will certainly convey that message. Mr. U.S. Agent, I'm sure that as a government agent, you have much more understanding of why Mr. Stark couldn't, for bureaucratic reasons, consult you about the reformation of the West Coast Avengers, but without you.
Let me be clear. I don't know what the Sam hell you are talking about. I, sir, am a Captain America. And I take the shield and I slam it against the nearest anything and shatter it as quickly as I can. Do you understand me? No, you shut up, Butler, because there are only a couple of Captains America in existence, all right? There's only a few Captains America, and I'm one of the Captains America. I think I'm pretty much one of the only ones on the planet right now. And you're going to tell me that you're not going to put me in charge? Who's going to say Avengers Assemble, huh? Who's going to say it? Who's going to say it? Is it going to be that guy? Why, I point to Moon Knight. You tell that guy to say Avengers Assemble, and he's just going to say Moon Knight Assemble. There's enough of him to do the assembling all on his own.
Hey, I will assemble wherever the heck I want, all right?
As the U.S. agent is mid-rant, a PA system goes off. The sound is coming from the Avengers Command Center 2 floors up. You, as the players, can decide what it is you do. Do you listen to the siren call of the PA speaker coming from a Stark Tower, or do you choose to ignore it?
I mean, anything's better than listening to this guy.
Hey, but where are you going? And I follow.
I'll quietly practice whether I can do it myself. Avengers Assemble. Avengers Assemble.
Keep working
Assemble.
on it. You'll get it.
So
I clap the Vision on the back like we're old drinking buddies. We probably never met, but I clap him on the back as I walk past.
Hey, Grim, how you doing? Huh? You doing all right?
Yeah, it's all right.
You're getting around town okay? You need a ride. You call me. You know that, right?
You're a good egg.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the three
You
East
call
Coast
Jake
Avengers
Lockley, you
also-
need a ride, okay?
So the three East Coast Avengers, Hellcat, Rage, Wasp, you hear the same signal. So how do you respond? This is just one floor above you. Do you go to the Grand Center as well?
Hellcat is super excited about the fact that there's an alarm going off and there aren't any of the other regular Avengers there. And she's like, oh my goodness, okay. I mean, I'm a very professional lady who hears these sirens all the time and is the one to respond. Let us Avengers assemble and whatnot. Oh my God, I said Avengers assemble. Oh my God. Let's just go up there. I'm
Rage and Wasp, are you in the same boat?
Yeah, I follow Hellcat.
Yeah, I'll shrink down to about 1 inch tall and fly after her.
As you convene, Hellcat is the first to arrive. As you convene, you see a gigantic monitor. This is a very standard monitor that is accompanying all the giant, awesome, cool Stark technology. As you open, before you open the broadcast window, the PA goes off. The sound is coming from the Avengers Command Center. And you see that on the giant monitor, there is a distress signal that is flashing. Distress, 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 top priority, alpha frequency. What do you guys do? Do you open the incoming message, yes or no?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hellcat.
First, I press the wrong button, and then I press the right one.
Hellcat, in her over-eagerness, presses the wrong button. And then suddenly the screen goes from like top priority alpha to this audio message where the video is corrupted, but all you can hear is like kind of an audio interference, and then some sort of weird garbled alien language, and which is the weird alien language, which is the weird audio interference. So it's like zit, 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 which is audio interference, some sort of weird alien language, and more static.
Is that just because she pressed the wrong button, or like when she presses the right button, it does that?
Make a reason feat to find out.
Reason.
I think your reason is good.
It is good, and I still think that was not good enough to be... Yep, I'm still in the white.
Yeah, so Hellcat is like, what? Did I mess this up? Did I erase part of the message? Does somebody else want to follow up with her to make sure that she didn't...
feels like
Can you take a look at this? She doesn't... I don't think she knows what she's doing.
Are they in the same places? Wait,
yeah, everybody has arrived at the command center.
Okay.
Vision, Babushka, you may call me Auntie Nadia.
Strange. I did not foresee the eventuality of having an aunt.
Well, my father created Ultron, who created you. Therefore, I am your aunt.
So Vision, I know that you're good with mechanical things, and I think maybe I didn't do this right.
I mean, he is a mechanical thing.
He did not do it right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be upfront. I think it's important to be upfront and honest, and make sure people get their royalties who deserve them. Sorry, that I think I did this wrong. So please, if you could just I hope that this doesn't reflect too badly, and maybe you guys will continue to take me on missions. Maybe I shouldn't do the buttons. But
as the leader of the West Coast Avengers,
Whoa!
Vision, I think you should take a look at that.
Pump them brakes there, Captain Junior.
I'm happy to do that. How do I make this roll?
You hit a vision. You hit a reason roll.
Okay.
So what is your reason?
It is my
remarkable.
Remarkable, yes, or excellent.
It's excellent. So your reason is excellent. So your R. So roll. Hit the little roll button, and you can tell me what you get.
I thought I did hit the roll button. Let's see here.
you did.
Sorry,
You got
let me
a
move
30.
back to. Oh, great.
You got a 38.
Yeah,
Still in the white.
that is.
Oh dear.
You cannot figure it out. You're like, I don't know if she
What?
erased something. but let me try to figure it out. So
I'm still just thinking about the fact that I have an aunt. Like kids, I expected. An aunt, I'm like, whoa, well that's interesting. Can she help me with my problems?
I didn't even need to make her.
Yeah.
So Vision and Hellcat have not been able to figure out whether or not when Hellcat pressed the button, whether or not she erased part of this what seems to be a very important distress call. Can the rest of you help her?
I will grow to full size, and then I will try to figure it out because obviously Ultron's work is not as good as it used to be. So let's see.
It really has gone downhill.
So while they're pondering and Hellcat is explaining why she deserves her royalties, I will see if I can figure it out.
Can you make a reason roll? Yeah.
Yeah. 52.
Yeah, so that is a green. So what you have been able to figure out is that this is a message coming from the Shi'ar.
It did not sound like birds squawking.
It sounds like there was interference, and then something from the Shi'ar, something about urgent help, and then more interference. But it seems that based on what you've heard, that there's definitely it's a Shi'ar kind of language, but you can't really triangulate it yet. It would take you and some other genius of equivalent level to sort of try to take the time to figure it out.
I volunteer.
What's your reason there, U.S. agent?
Stay in your wheelhouse.
Jackson is joking. John Walker is not. No, my reason is a 6.
So it's typical.
Hey,
very
Ben.
helpful.
Ben.
Yeah,
Ben,
what's
is
up?
Reed around?
No, the Reed and the others are off planet right now, doing whatever it is they do when they're off planet.
If I may,
I know is that anytime the Shi'ar show up, we're pulling redheads out of the river. That's all I know.
Oh, Hellcat looks a little bit upset about that.
Comic humor, everybody.
my programming may simply be corrupted. I was recently reprogrammed by Nazis.
Okay,
You
so
were what now?
who would
like the shield goes up. I'm like already in battle stance.
who would like to make a reason roll now that is not crazy or insane?
Well,
I'll give it a shot.
Ray just is just in the background, just watching all these people. He doesn't want to get blamed for anything, so he's staying away from it.
Hey, white people, literally white people.
Just to be
Hey,
clear,
I'm orange.
Just to be clear, though, I did not break it. So whenever people are doing my performance reviews and evaluating whether or not I should go on more missions, didn't break it. You're welcome.
I'm going to try to enhance the gain, and I'm going to zoom in on that 1 pixel and amplify it.
So roll your reason there.
And I am trained in electronics, but apparently not computers. That's interesting.
Yeah. So 6 1 half dozen the other. Add. What is
good
your reason?
Lord. Yeah. No, I think I may have messed up worse than the Hellcat. I got a 13.
Oh yeah.
Oh geez.
I'm distracted by the very loud man that's pretending to be Captain America.
So you guys keep hearing the signal, but you have no idea where it's from.
Let me take a look at it. See what I can do.
All right.
And one of you better figure this out.
Apparently nothing.
Smash it.
I don't see anything.
I am wondering, is there a Mr. Stark or
Actually,
Thor?
no. It was U.S. agent who eventually had the audacity and intelligence and wherewithal to figure this out.
He just kept hitting it with his shield.
Wait, is that true? Is that real?
It's actually true.
What? Okay, yeah. So yeah. Literally, John you guys you keep going through this and keep trying to figure it out. It's not working out. And eventually John just walks over and brings up the fucking shield and slams the monitor. And it's like that thing where you hit, it's the Falcon where you just hit it and it like
He
does
totally
the thing.
Fonzied it.
Yeah, all right, Fonzie.
Yeah, I Fonzie the Jarvis into translating the message.
So what you've learned, because John Walker just did it, is that the distress call is from a low orbit ship. The signal seems to be bouncing around the ionosphere, but it could have been there for an hour, a day, a week, or even a month. But the trajectory right now is, even though it's difficult to get a fix on where the ship is and where the distress call is coming from, the trajectory was definitely towards Central Europe. But the visual scanners and Stark satellite systems show nothing in the area. So the system, since the signal could have been bouncing around for however long knows, it could be, the ship could be cloaked, it could have drifted off course or just been destroyed. But who knows?
Look, I don't want to, step on anybody's toes. I know I'm really I'm a member of the Fantastic Four. I'm only a reserve Avenger, but I just want to say that thing's heading for Central Europe. That's Doom country. We got to get there and we got to beat Doom to it.
Your feet are very heavy. It would hurt.
This is true.
I'm with the thing. I say we all get in a Quinjet, we helo drop in right away.
Yeah,
The Quintet is at the bottom of the pool.
We go over to that lavateria, whatever it is. Yeah, let's do that.
Bavaria.
Yeah, let's go.
So the notion is it was bouncing around the ionosphere and it landed in Central Europe?
It's heading towards Central Europe.
Okay.
We're only receiving the message because it's bouncing around the ionosphere.
Right.
Well, I did come here.
Let me explain this to the GM, just so I'm very clear. There was a ship that had sent a distress call. Its distress signal was bouncing around the ionosphere, but I mean, this is John Walker who interpreted the signal, and none of the rest of you passed your rolls. So the signal could have been bouncing around the ionosphere for hours, days, weeks, months. But
he absolutely mispronounces ionosphere.
Yeah, ionosphere. How do you mispronounce ionosphere?
Iconosphere.
Ionosphere.
The iconosphere.
The iconosphere. Anyway, it was bouncing around the ionosphere. But you don't know how long. So you just know that ideally, based on what U.S. agent of all people has figured out, is that the signal has been bouncing around, but it is, and generally, this wouldn't be a big deal. Signals bounce around the ionosphere all the time. But this is a top priority alpha message from the Shi'ar. So maybe it's worth investigating. Thing believes that it's because it's around Central Europe that it's probably important to check out. Do the rest of you agree? It sounds like he's suggesting you guys take a Quinjet.
Yeah, I think we should take a Quinjet. I mean,
I think this probably is the most important mission that has ever happened to the Avengers ever. And when this story gets told about, then people are going to remember me for this thing that I'm doing.
I mean,
I don't know about the rest of you, but I came here in search of something to do.
Okay, well, I'm going to go in my Moonjet, and I'll meet you there.
You're going to take your Moonjet?
Yes, I am.
Your Moonjet sits 2 people. Do you want to take somebody else with you?
2 people, not one of them could be Ben.
So there could be Rage. Rage could go with you.
Or I could fit a third person if Wasp is the other one.
Yeah, that's true. So are there other
whoever wants to come in the Moonjet? It's a big crescent-shaped jet. Flies really fast.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm kind of
okay, fine.
I'm kind of into taking the other jet.
I'm not really solo. I'm never really solo, am I? No, I'm not.
I mean, just to be clear, I am a Captain America. We travel in Quinjets or on motorcycles or on motorcycles that we can put into Quinjets.
Or in icebergs.
According to the intelligence files I was forced to memorize as a small child, Mr. Grimm is an excellent pilot, and I know nothing about you. I would go with because he would be easier to not die with.
Mr. Spectre is the craziest of us, and that is saying something.
By the way, though, really quickly, everybody, I do need to be back in New York City 2 days from now because I do have a modeling shoot, and I'm really contractually obligated to do that. And despite everything else about me, I don't have that much money. So
I have nothing to do, and no one is waiting for me.
So
got plenty
everybody
of
but
cash.
Moon Knight.
Knight.
Everyone but Moon Knight is in the the Quinjet, and Moon Knight is in the Moonjet.
Yes.
That somehow was unusually difficult to say, but as your game master, it's totally cool.
Shotgun.
So,
Can
I load the
our
motorcycle
star map.
onto the Moonjet. Not on the Moonjet, onto the Quinjet. I just want to say I have my motorcycle with me.
Oh, can I ask?
You're-
Can I get the Hellcat mobile into the Quinjet as well?
Sure.
Is it a Prius?
No, it's totally not a Prius. It has some Hellcat stuff on it, and just because it also has the Toyota logo on it does not mean that it's a Prius.
So we are now, if you guys could all take a look at your Roll D20 map. You are all in section 1A. Do you all see it?
Oh,
See.
Yes, sir.
It's all outer spacey.
Yes.
So you have arrived into vaguely what may be, in a way, this is like a game of Battleship. You have arrived in what may vaguely be where you believe the trajectory of the Shi'ar ship was. You are in section 1A, and I'm going to go through and have you each ping where you believe that this Shi'ar ship may be, as if we were playing a game of Battleship. So we're going to start with Jamar. Where do you think, using the Avengers Quinjet technology, do you think this Shi'ar ship may be?
J4.
J4. That is a miss. John, Vision,
yes, thank you.
Where do you believe on this ship, on this map, that in a battleship way, that you believe this Shi'ar ship may be?
My instincts, which are mostly composed of algorithms, are indicating R5 would be a good choice.
Could you roll your, you have scanners, is that correct, John? On your Vision, on your character sheet, you have life sense?
I'm sure I do, but I don't.
It is Vision. If you could roll under where it says, where it says sensors, John, if you could roll under where it says remarkable for sensors, and let me know what you get, please.
I see. Remarkable sensors. I don't see a.
It's remarkable.
I don't see a button that lets me roll, though.
So just roll what your fighting would be, which is also remarkable. So just
excellent.
Just hit remarkable and tell me what you get.
All right, I have a 36.
Okay, 36, and I believe that that's under remarkable is a. That sadly is a miss. So you have a vague sense that it's around that area. But though you cannot pinpoint where you are precisely. So next we are going to Jamar. You are in the Quinjet, and you are sort of backseat driving. Can you, as Rage, make a pinpointed guess as to where you think the Shi'ar ship may or may not be?
I don't know, man. I'm bugging out just being in space. So just gotta give me a minute. There's a lot. He's like looking out the side window. N8. Yeah, let's try N8.
All right, Jamar, could you make an intuition roll for me, please?
Yes, sir. I rolled a 57.
57. And what is your intuition?
My intuition is good.
And Rage, with your intuition, you are able to see a slight glimmer of a starship. Can we put on the starship map? Oh, wait, do you have the starship GIF? I mean, the starship JPEG that we can put on, Greg? It says starship.
I hope Grace Slick is there.
If it is not there, I will put it on Twitter.
By the way, the entire time we were flying here, B-52s the entire time.
The P-52s.
We
All
like
right.
them very much.
If you guys
Listen to them all the time in the Red Room.
you guys would like to see the starship that we're seeing, Greg, do you have it handy?
I see.
Yeah, we're looking at it.
Oh, you are looking at. I'm not looking at it because I clicked out of that window because that's the kind of GM I am. That is the kind of GM I am. Give me an opportunity, folks. Here. Yeah, that is correct. That is the starship. You guys have found the starship.
Yay!
Yay! So you are at
Hot damn, there it is.
A1. What would you like to do, and how would you like to approach the starship?
As we found the starship, so nothing's gonna stop us now.
All right, now listen, we need some operations planning on this, and this is where having a good, solid, strong Captain America comes in. So,
Yes, could you get him?
Strafing run.
Oh no,
I spontaneously combust.
Okay, number one, you're doing a great job, Captain America. Number two, what's your phone number?
Oh,
Okay,
swipe
now
left,
I
swipe left.
spontaneously combust. That was the ultimate dig. Well done.
So you, in the distance, you all see the ship. Captain America, U.S. agent, rather. You have decided that you're going to come up with a strategy. By the way, I don't think we've talked about this. You all have karma, and I think I've mentioned this to you individually. But karma is a spendable experience point that you have. And so what you're able to do is, as long as you say that you're going to use it before you roll your dice, you can spend it as much as you want on a one-for-one basis. So say you announce that you're going to spend karma, and you have like 56 karma, and you roll like a 1, you'd be like, I'm going to roll a 56 because I spend all my karma. You know, so as long as you announce it, you can make some adjustments to your dice rolls. So
How do we know how much karma we've accumulated?
right now you have the karma that you have in your basic karma thing. So right now you have the basic karma that you have. So it says under your health, which is basically your hit points. Under your health, it tells you how much karma you have. And when you do great things, like when you do great things and do awesome stuff, I give you bonus karma. And when you do terrible things, like murdering people, I take karma away.
So can I ask, did we just suggest a strafing run against the ship that we're trying to rescue?
No. You guys didn't do that. I did that.
Oh, okay. I'm like
Totally doing it too.
Can I just comment for a second that this means that there is an actual moral arc of justice in the Marvel universe?
There is a
That
moral
literally means you are rewarded by doing better when you do good things.
Unless you're a villain, in which case you're rewarded for doing bad.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
That sounds about right.
I don't think that's right, though. I've been reading the X-Men, and
Scott Summers is still okay.
Well, just a
So,
part of
from a strategic perspective, I think strafing that vessel is probably not the right idea.
and I
Mr.
don't
Moon Knight.
care because I'm not in your ship.
No, I know, but I'm on radio to you, ideally.
I know, and I don't care.
Okay, but there's a thing that we do in the Avengers where we operate together, like as a group.
Full
This is
speed
the thing-
ahead. I'm in a group.
All
All
right.
3 of us are here.
So-
Keep
Do we need
God
to fire
damn it.
on? Do we need to fire on the moon ship and disable it?
Oh, you
So
could try.
First of all, let's first of all deal with Captain America's mission first,
Yeah.
and then deal with what happens to Moon Knight after.
Well, I would say that the if we're looking for a strategy, Vision was watching an episode of TNG last night, and it seems like the first thing they do is scan for life signs.
Okay, so I think you have scanners at Remarkable. If you could just roll that for me.
Yeah, no problem. This went away
You want to
again.
spend karma?
You tell me, boss. Do I want to spend karma?
Yes, you want to spend karma.
All right.
You don't have to tell me how much you want to spend until after you've made your dice roll.
Oh, all right. Sweet. I have a 58, which is a purple. What do I need to spend to get it up to something successful?
That purple. It should be a green. And that if you just add 20 points to that would be fantastic.
All right, let's add 20 points to it.
So what you've noticed is that there is at least one life sign on board that is super weak, and another one that is like of extraordinary cosmic proportions, but also weak. And not maybe a full life sign, but maybe the remnants of a cosmic life sign.
I report all that to my shock to U.S. agent, who is apparently in charge.
What a revolting development.
Can I just note that if
Not
any of
here,
those
he's not.
things, if any of those things seemed like they might be magical, I'm really good at that. Like fighting it,
So
not
if
doing
we're
it.
a little closer, it's a little out of range for what it is that you need to do, Hellcat, because your range is 6 areas and the ship is more than 6 areas away. So it apparently seemed to move. Greg, did you move the ship? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It appears to be adrift.
Yeah, it is.
It's also getting larger and smaller. So
That just means it's moving further and closer.
The shift
Larger and
is
smaller.
just out of range for you, Patsy. But you can still sense the energy is so immense that you can sense that there's like a ripple that you feel, but it's like you feel a ripple, but you don't know anything that is definite. It's sort of like when it rains, you know that like sometimes when it rains you get migraines. It's that same sort of vague sense, like, oh, that ship has probably got something in it that is important, but I can't tell you what it is because I'm not close enough.
And this is a dumb question because it's a Shi'ar signal. Does it look like a Shi'ar ship design?
Oh, it's absolutely a Shi'ar ship. I will put a Shi'ar ship in. I will put the Shi'ar ship in our. So we have a little Twitter account that I'm running, that you guys can check out. That has, obviously we're going to put everything we can in our chat windows, but we also have a Shi'ar ship that. This is the top part of it. I'm also going to put. We have a secret. It's not a secret. Give me a second. Shi'ar ship. Here it is. Here's the top part of the Shi'ar ship. Here's the side part of the Shi'ar ship. But basically, I'm going to put it in. If you guys are on Twitter, it's on twitter.com/AvengersUntil. That's what where I'm going to put all the game data.
Ooh, looks very Shi'ar. Love it.
Yeah.
Very sure.
So if you guys are on Twitter,
Nice.
you'll see it. So we're looking at the top part in the first part, and then the rest of the ship on the side part.
all right, well, if it's adrift, then we only have two choices. The first, we dock this Quinjet with the vessel, make our way inside, and figure out what's inside there. This is what, in the military, we call an away team. This is, by the way, not called an away team.
I believe what you meant to say is it's an insertion.
I think you watched the same episode I did in syndication.
Exactly.
David,
insertion team. Yeah, that's
David,
exactly
I'm
right.
scanning for the docking port. I'm going to
saying?
scan for the docking port while U.S. agent gets his terminology wrong and is corrected by the actual military veteran.
What is your range on scanning?
I have no scanners. I'm using the Quinjets.
Okay, so you have the bottom part of that triangular ship, that 4-quadrant ship, is the docking port. As you're scanning Moon Knight, it is your turn to decide what it is you're going to do. Are you going to attack the ship?
I said a strafing room. Did I not? Did I stutter?
Yeah. So Moon Knight, use your. You have control. So your Moonjet stats are on your character sheet.
Yes.
What is your control stat? It should be. I think it's
the control is excellent. Yes.
And do you have machine guns on that ship?
I don't even know what he's got on.
You do not have machine guns on that ship.
I have homing missiles.
On that ship?
And I have chaff.
Wait, what?
I have chaff.
No, it says countermeasures against...
Yeah, that's
radar.
countermeasures.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I just have countermeasures. So I could still... I'm just going to buzz it.
So you're going to buzz it with your... Okay. So
yeah, I'm just going to buzz past it.
It's two things. One, this is a suborbital ship. So you have already, as the Moonjet, which is basically like just a jet fighter, has gone beyond its normal orbit.
Yeah. Hey, when you're above the clouds, the moon is always full. That's not true.
So Moon Knight,
is any of this? Who cares? Let's just go.
Moon Knight, as a slightly unhinged character, has decided to take his jet beyond the normal expectations of what one might expect to be like, where you would take a ship. So he has taken his Moonjet suborbital and has decided to use the crescent part of his crescent jet to strafe the Shi'ar ship with his tiny ship.
Yes.
So if you could roll a control roll, it's excellent. And then let me know what you get. Roll your agility there, David.
Sure.
And tell me what you get.
I got a 48. And it's excellent, by the way.
Yeah, it's excellent. So tell me what you got.
I got a green.
Okay.
48.
So Moon Knight takes his ship and strafes the side. What's the body of the
moon jet?
The
body is excellent as well.
Right. Strafes the side of the Quinjet, and part of the wing rips off against the indestructible mantle of the Shi'ar ship, letting you, the rest of the people in the Quinjet, know that clearly the Shi'ar ship is made of a very strong, impenetrable material, and that Moon Knight is now wingless and adrift in outer space.
Yes.
David, roll your agility, your control again. It's excellent.
I'm just going to do agility the same.
Yeah.
Let's roll. Ooh, 94 this time.
Okay. So Moon Knight...
Bingo, bango.
Moon Knight has taken his ship and literally, he's like, oh, I'm just going to take the ship down. No big deal.
Right inside the ship. Who cares?
Goes and clips the wing off his ship and ends up crashing part of the ship into the Shi'ar ship.
And I get out and go into the Shi'ar ship? That's exactly what I meant to do.
When you get out, so keep in mind, this is suborbital, so you're going to need to make an endurance check so that you can breathe in outer space.
Oh, well, yeah. Who can't?
So could you make your roll at...
Oh, I did not make that roll.
That's very bad.
I did not make that roll.
So Moon Knight is now adrift in outer space. David, can you roll a 1d10 for me, please?
Just a 1d10?
Yeah, 1d10.
Okay. I got a 3.
So Moon Knight has now moved 3 areas away. Oh, man.
Nephew,
Moon Knight has moved. I need to take Moon Knight here. This ship is the same ship as before. I can't move this, Greg, but the Shi'ar ship is the same ship as this one. Can you just
Who knew this was just going to turn into the death of Moon Knight?
Yes.
Right? So then Moon Knight is going to be over here.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Like this is going to kill Moon Knight.
Greg, if you can move Moon Knight to yes, perfect. Thank you. So Moon Knight is over there. And
Vision, you want to go out there and get that palooka?
Yeah, so my suggestion was going to be, I assume the range on our ship is more than the range on Vision. So maybe we should fly the ship towards him, then I will phase out of the ship, grab him, and pull him back in a single turn.
So you have 2 options, obviously, more than that, but you are at A1. The ship can easily move to dock while you send somebody to get Moon Knight over here. Who's actually 3 areas away. So 1, 2, 3. He's actually over here.
Hey.
So you have 2 options. You can either directly bring the rest of the Quinjet people to dock at the dock for the Shi'ar ship as the bottom part of that weird crescent, that whole plus symbol ship. And Vision can go out and get them. Vision, you are the only one who can go out of space because none of you have spacesuits.
Yeah, no problem. I'll grab this guy.
Okay, so what? So where are you guys? Are you going to put the Quinjet? Are you going to dock the Quinjet, or are you going to bring the whole Quinjet to Moon Knight?
Seems like we can just dock, right?
Well, you guys can bring it like side by side, but you can't get in yet. So you can like bring the Quinjet parallel to the Shi'ar ship, but you can't get inside the Shi'ar ship yet.
Great. Yeah, let's bring the ship to dock. Meanwhile, all unfazed, because we can do it all in a turn, right?
Yeah, more or less. You get a combat action, a movement action, and a thing. So the Moonjet is adrift in space as Vision pulls Moon Knight. I guess you're going to make him intangible?
Yes. Which I assume he still needs oxygen, so is not a solution to this problem.
Right. Moon Knight, could you make an endurance roll for me, please?
Sure.
Tell me what you get.
Sure, just a second. Okay. 40.
Okay, Moon Knight, you
Ooh, that's barely in the green, unremarkable.
Moon Knight, you take 15 points of damage.
Okay.
From not having enough oxygen in outer space.
Who cares about that?
Moon Knight and Vision drag back to the Quinjet, which is docked by the Shi'ar ship, Greg.
I'm worried this might damage Moon Knight's brain.
Khonshu, it's cold out there. Jeez.
Can I ask 2 quick questions of the DM?
Yes.
Number 1, has Hellcat worked with Moon Knight before? And number 2, does she know that he's an idiot?
Yes,
Like it's pretty obvious.
Yes, she worked with him briefly in the Defenders. Very briefly in the Defenders.
Very
briefly.
I got kicked out.
Also, she believes that he wasn't an idiot before, but may have had some developmental changes.
Okay.
For both the positive and negative side.
He kicks off for magic sense too, right?
Yes, and she's definitely. She thinks that she may have thought that he was attractive before, but now she thinks like, oh my God, I'm so glad I never tapped that.
Right.
At this point. So that's basically going to be I think the general consensus of almost everybody who has never dated Moon Knight. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad I never went out with you.
Right.
It depends which one of me you wanted to go out with, really.
She says to Moon Knight, when you were with the Defenders briefly, you seemed a little bit more in control. Are you off of your medication? And
medication. What?
And if you require medication,
I'm sure I do.
Where can we
who
get
needs
some?
that?
And I think you'll be better then.
No, not at all. Thank you, though. I appreciate your concern.
I just think the one thing we have to do is we have to make sure if we ever split up, Moon Knight and fake Captain America don't form their own team.
Oh,
John Walker looks at you the minute you say fake Captain America, and he was like about to do a thing, but then you suggested that he was in any way similar to Moon Knight, and John Walker he just gets right up in your face and he goes, "I may not be Steve Rogers, but I ain't that guy. You hear?"
Yeah, he ain't. Fist bump, yo. That's.
I'm having flashbacks.
I just pat him on the head. You're adorable.
I'm having flashbacks to when the Thing actually was a wrestler for a very brief time.
Yeah.
It is possible.
All I know is that as far as insertion teams go, I definitely want to be with him right now.
It is possible.
Whoa, this is a Comic Code Authority approved game.
Oh, sorry.
We're trying.
I thought that was enough of an entendre.
It was a perfect single entendre.
Perfect.
John just points at Rage and goes, "I think you and me should take the lead on this one. The rest of them, you, me, and Thing. Everybody else a little squishy."
Yeah.
Squishy? I was just in space.
And you almost died, Moon Brain.
No, I wouldn't have. Khonshu would have brought me back. He always does. I'm not worried.
You know, Captain America, I think you'll be surprised at my endurance.
You know, the name is U.S. Agent, but
oh, I thought you wanted to be called. I thought you wanted
can call me Captain. Well, I'm a Captain America, but you can call me Captain America.
Like a Dracula.
Like Winks.
I'm gonna call you Cap.
Yo, we should get going in the ship, right?
This is John's greatest day ever.
Let's go that way.
I don't know. First, I want to check to see if there's a hose here, because these guys got to get cooled off a little bit.
I'm gonna move over to Rage, and I'm gonna lean in a little bit, and I'm gonna whisper, "Are the New Warriors recruiting right now?" Because
I'll put in a good word for you. You know what I mean?
thank you.
So you guys are docked. Your ship is docked next to the Quinjet. Is docked next to the Shi'ar ship. Now everything is in a very low atmosphere, so you don't have space suits. So and it's sort of very difficult to get a bead. Now you guys could call, for example, Shield or anyone else, and see if you have any thoughts about what to do next before you board.
Yeah, just a suggestion. Maybe Ben should talk to some of his buddies. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm gonna give Project Pegasus a call and see if they got any ideas about how we could get ourselves into this spaceship.
Is it Project Pegasus? Is sword no longer a thing?
Well, Ben has contacts with Project Pegasus. He does not have contacts with Sword.
Fair.
So, Ben, if you could roll your popularity and let me know what you get, please.
Okay.
I think it's 80. It's monstrous.
Yeah. Ooh, my popularity is very low.
Because you're a robot.
That is tremendously prejudiced.
It is.
An 81.
Hello, Mr. Grimm. This is Director Grunwald here. How can I help you today?
Look, it's kind of a long story, but I kind of got this Quinjet, and we're sort of floating alongside a Shi'ar spaceship, and we're trying to get on board the spaceship. Do you got schematics or anything for some kind of boarding tube on this thing?
Well, schematics, not necessarily. Shi'ar is far beyond our comprehension as human beings. But I do believe that the bottom, if it's a standard Shi'ar battle cruiser, I believe that the bottom part of the ship would be where the air duct would be. The most well, if you were the Avengers, and you were accompanied with some sort of phasing ally, or a Catherine Pride, for instance, or any of those other phasing. I don't remember who in the Avengers phases these days, but I would recommend.
That's fine.
Do you want to move this along a little bit?
But I also do have some valuable information that we did acquire from Shield that I think is really important. So if you can just give me a second, I have these logs that I need to consult with. So please pardon me for a moment. Do you have you recently calculated your trajectory about wherein you think you may be?
Have we, guys?
I will try to calculate our trajectory.
So if you could just, do you have an Avengers button or a Fantastic Four ID card that you can just press a button for, where I can sort of give you some relevant information? Maybe I can help you in some regard.
Yeah, I got my Fantastic Four belt buckle that opens the elevator.
Yeah. Please, just anything.
Okay, I activate my Fantastic Four belt buckle.
Well, your Fantastic Four belt buckle does open the elevator, but it also gives Director Grunwald an opportunity to say, "Oh yes, I do see that you are strangely above Sokovia and Latveria. That's very interesting. Yes, I do believe that the most eloquent way to get in would be to have someone phase in. It's very interesting that this ship has not been commandeered by sky pirates. It seems to have some sort of intermittent cloaking field. Have you found that to create any sort of weird static interference for you?"
Well, that could explain why the transmission was all gobbled.
Yes, yes, definitely. If you were to board said ship, definitely be sure that you check to make sure that that any damage to the ship has been addressed, and certainly if there's been any sort of interior or exterior damage, like with the air compressor or the jet boosters, just make sure that you check that out, because I think that could definitely explain why you've been experiencing such interference from any sort of signal that you may have been receiving.
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
worry,
totally. We'll totally do that.
Don't worry, I'll just hit it with my shield.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Grimm, and please feel free to share any of your discoveries directly with us here at Project Pegasus.
Hey, you got it.
All right.
So we're going in this thing or what? Come on.
So with
let's
that added information, what do you guys choose to do?
Sounds like we need to operate a repair operation before we go in.
Or alternatively, go in and do a repair operation.
Right. Doesn't it sound like we need somebody to phase in there in order to open the door for us to get in?
Oh, suddenly now everyone remembers the robot.
She like grabs your shoulder, goes, "I always remembered you, the Vision. I always remembered you." How many times have you died now? Because I've only died once, and it was not good.
Amateurs.
It depends on how you define death.
I died and went to heaven and met Jack Kirby.
That's great. I died and went to hell and had to fight in gladiatorial combat for years, so.
What?
Again, amateurs.
So the new warriors, they're a very interesting group.
Word of advice, kid, from lady to lady. If somebody is actually named the son of Satan, don't marry that person.
Why would I?
Because he was so hot and so smart, and I loved him so much.
So
awkward.
your Quinjet is parked outside of the Shi'ar. What do you guys choose to do?
I will happily phase through and do a reason check on just the equipment system, see what seems to be functioning before my people come aboard.
Fantastic. So, Vision, you phase through the Quinjet. And as you're phasing through the Quinjet, you then phase through this very, very thick hull of the Shi'arian ship that is made of this alien metal that makes you, even though you're able to phase through it, definitely you feel some resistance, which was very unusual for your phasing, but I think it's the thickness of the material and the alienness of the material that has made it feel very difficult for you. As you phase into the hull of the ship, the ship is now uncloaked. With your Avengers technology, you were able to sort of counteract the vibrations of the shield cloaking. But when you get into the hull, you notice that the air is very weak, and it's very clear based on. Can you roll your reason for me, please?
Sure. Yes, I can. My reason in the chat is 63.
All right. So it's very clear that the air compressor and the rocket booster have taken damage from an outside force. So while your Avenger scanners have been able to uncloak this airship, whatever crew was in there is probably suffering from awful suffocation. So based on what you've sort of deduced, there are 3 opportunities here now that you're in the ship, which is to find the crew, mechanically fix aspects of the ship that will help the air compressor and help the rockets, and then maybe check the bridge for computer logs. So there are 3 opportunities here, but the first primary opportunity is maybe to open the airlock and let the Quinjet dock. What would you like to do next, Vision?
Does my team all have like the equivalent of environment suits or whatever they need to breathe in this atmosphere?
They do not, but most of them have high enough endurance rates that they could generally be okay with a low oxygen count.
Okay.
So
right.
based on what you, as long as like Moon Knight's not running a marathon within this weird ship,
which is entirely possible.
It is.
Yeah, I would keep Moon Knight away from this, guys. But I open the airlock.
So as you open the airlock, the Quinjet, who's piloting the Quinjet? Ben?
Yep.
The Quinjet then, and you're going to dock it?
Well, what does the airlock look like?
It's huge. It's like a gigantic hangar that is perfectly accommodating for a Quinjet.
All right, then I'm going to land the Quinjet.
And inside the Quinjet, obviously, is let us be very, very clear that U.S. Agent's motorcycle is inside the Quinjet, as is the whole cabin. Not that you would drive them through the spaceship, but I just want to make it abundantly clear that those things are here.
It is an option. And how wide are the hallways in the spaceship?
Well,
definitely big enough for a motorcycle.
Yeah, wide enough for a motorcycle, maybe not wide enough for a car, but you're going to find out should you go further through the spaceship. So when you guys dock the Quinjet, Vision, you, like I mentioned, that there are 3 opportunities based on your deductions, which are probably find the crew, fix whatever sort of air compressor, internal damage, rocket booster situation you've got going on, and then to check the bridge for computer logs to see what if there's a captain's log or anything like that. Those based
I communicate all of that to the rest of the team, and then I suggest Nadia come with me to come fix the air compressors.
So right. So now there's 7 of you. So do you want to break up into 3 groups, or do you want to all go together?
I feel like I would want to be on find the crew duty, provided that the psionic abilities that I have help me find people, but I don't know if that really works.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay.
You have excellent version of that. So yeah, that works.
Yeah. So I say, I think that I could help find the crew. If only I had something like small and fast to get around these hallways.
That sounds like a
I am
sexual
already,
euphemism.
yeah, I am already on my my motorcycle, and I rev it behind her as I do, and I just do one of these. I go like, "Get on!"
All right, she's on the motorcycle.
So Hellcat
Oh,
and US
man.
Agent. So if you guys can imagine the ship, which I think you've seen pictures of, it's 4 quadrants. So one group is going to go to the left quadrant, one group is going to go to the top quadrant, and if you decide to break up this way, one group is going to go to the far right quadrant. So Hellcat and US Agent, you guys are going to go to the left quadrant. Is anybody else going to go with them?
I'll go with them. Rage is going to just run.
Oh yeah, that's right. 'Cause Rage runs fast.
yeah.
So Rage runs.
He just jets right into the ship. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Rage runs fast. So Rage. All right. So fix the
Leroy Jenkins it.
By the way, I apologize to anybody if in the comic books US Agent and Hellcat hate each other. I don't know, but
I don't know
I don't believe
either.
they've
So
ever met.
yeah, no, I've never seen these two together. Right.
I've seen these
Really, I
together.
honestly think John would hate that anyone appreciates him.
I think they've literally been in one issue together, which is, I think is Avengers 305. So
David, I love you so much.
yeah,
Amazing.
Avengers 305. Right out. Yeah. So anyway, there's more information than you need to know about how much I know about the Avengers. But who's gonna fix the air compressor?
I
me.
think it would probably be good if Nadia and I did that.
Yes.
Vision and Nadia. So which means that Moon Knight and Thing are together?
Oh yeah. Me and the Thing. Yeah, let's go, buddy.
And then Wasp. Okay, and then oh man. So you guys are gonna go check the bridge for computer logs?
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah, why not? Let's
Hey,
go.
look, I fly all sorts of things. I can figure out how a bridge
Okay.
works.
Okay, great. So we're gonna start with
I pay attention when Stretcho talks, usually, for a minute or two.
so Hellcat.
Aren't you a scientist?
What?
Okay. You, Rage, and the US Agent go through the left part of the spaceship. The air is really, really thin. As you're driving through, and Rage is like keeping pace with you guys. I think because he doesn't want to be with like Thing or Moon Knight. Or I'm sorry. Yeah. It's just kind of like keeping pace with y'all. You guys find the air to be, again, really, really thin, and there not to be a lot of life here. If one of you guys can choose which one of you, can make an intuition check and just let me know what you get, that'd be great.
Who's got? I'm not. I got good intuition.
Me too.
I've also got good intuition. I don't know if I can roll in my psionic detection with
You
this.
can.
all.
You can. So
Okay.
roll in your psionic detection and let me know what you get. I think it's
Okay, so my
excellent.
psionic detection is excellent. I'm just going to pick another. Oh, I have psyche excellent. So
Right.
I am willing to spend karma on this.
Oh, fantastic. Let me know what you get. Let me know. Just roll the dice and tell me how much karma.
Okay.
Afterwards.
So-
You don't have to tell me how much before you roll.
Okay, so I got 40. So to get it up to green, I need to spend 6.
Right.
I'll spend
And-
6.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So, Hellcat, you sense that there is a psychic presence, but also a very cosmic presence on this side of the ship. So, on one hand, it's like on one hand there is like a psychic appetizer, and then on the other hand there's like this very deep psionic like entree. The psionic appetizer. I'm just using this as metaphors, but the psionic appetizer is like has much more prescient life force, and you feel like if you were to go maybe another 15 areas down the ship corridor with Rage and US Agent, you may be able to find it, but you also sense a sense of preeminent danger.
For the one that is quote unquote the snack.
Yes.
I can sense 2 life forms. One's very powerful, and the other one seems to be in danger. I think that we should rescue the one that's in danger. That's what I think that you would do, U.S. agent, and probably Rage, and definitely me.
I agree. We deal with the vulnerable.
Yeah, we do.
So as you guys race through on U.S. Agent's motorcycle, you take a motorcycle down a spaceship hallway. You hear this sound, this crunch, 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 robotic sound. Greg, if you could pull up the drones for me, please.
Oh boy.
Hell yeah.
If you have them handy. Ah, you see two of these guys. Can you duplicate that, Greg?
Oh, shoot.
You see two of these gigantic robot-y things. They're inside the ship, obviously.
Oh.
And they are huge robots. And they are guiding what behind them looks to be a very, very frail alien life form. But you can't pick up a lot of detail yet because the robots are obviously guarding the way. If you guys could roll for initiative, that's going to be a 1 to 10. Your initiative modifiers on the side of your, right underneath your health.
Hey, David.
Yeah.
Before we get into combat, since we're about halfway through the night, can we have a bio break?
Yeah, let's everybody pause for a bio break. That how much? 5 minutes, Greg? 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night. We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change, keep the change. They hate and say we went and changed. Why stay the same? You must be blinded by the lights. You must be blinded by the lights, lights. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. We put the nets up in the lines, now we high, high, high. Kaleidoscope of colors beaming from our eyes, eyes. Would've thought was LSD, LSD. Can't lose my mind like Kennedy, Kennedy. You see us cooking recipes, recipes. You hit the top, all you left with is the memories. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, go hard to have it is your purpose. We had some faith that who gon' hurt this. I naughty night, you lullaby. I'm doing me, it's do or die. You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night. We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change, keep the change. They hate and say we went and changed. Why stay the same? You must be blinded by the lights. You must be blinded by the lights, lights. blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night. We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change, keep the change. They hate and say we went and changed. Why stay the same? You must be blinded by the lights. You must be blinded by the lights, lights. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. We put the nets up in the lines, now we high, high, high. Kaleidoscope of colors beaming from our eyes, eyes. Would've thought was LSD, LSD. Can't lose my mind like Kennedy, Kennedy. You see us cooking recipes, recipes. You hit the top, all you left with is the memories. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, go hard to have it is your purpose. We had some faith that who gon' hurt this. I naughty night you lullaby. I'm doing me, it's do or die. You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night. We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change, keep the change. They hate and say we went and changed. Why stay the same? You must be blinded by the lights. You must be blinded by the lights, lights. Yeah. Yeah. You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night. We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change, keep the change. They hate and say we went and changed. Why stay the same? You must be blinded by the lights. You must be blinded by the lights, lights. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. We put the nets up in the lines, now we high, high, high. Kaleidoscope of colors beaming from our eyes, eyes. Would've thought was LSD, LSD. Can't lose my mind like Kennedy, Kennedy. You see us cooking recipes, recipes. You hit the top, all you left with is.
So we roll for initiative. So we roll a 1d10, and then your initiative bonus is right underneath your health. So if you guys, the three of you heroes, could roll it and let me know what you get.
So just under initiative, just roll.
Yeah, just roll a d10 and tell me what you get.
All right, let me try this.
And you underneath that, it should say like initiative bonus. You should see that.
Yeah, I think that Jackson and I already rolled initiative.
We did
Okay.
indeed. I rolled a 7.
And I rolled a 9.
Wow.
I got a 5.
Okay, so I have to scroll down. So I'll tell you. 5, 9. So Hellcat, you see these. So it's going to be Hellcat, U.S. Agent, and Rage, and then it's going to be the robots.
Okay.
So Patsy, you see these. Oh, and is that including your initiative? Oh, you did. Yeah.
Yep.
The bonus. So Hellcat, you see these 2 gigantic robot drone things standing in front of you. What do you do?
Okay, she leaps from the back of the motorcycle and just slashes at him with her awesome cat claws.
Oh, so she's going to slash the one on the left or the one on the right?
I guess they're equidistant, huh?
You can go for both of them, but you lose -1 on your fighting roll.
No, I'll just go for the one on the left.
Okay, so if you could roll your fighting and tell me what you get.
Okay, fighting, and I'm willing to spend karma again because I'm just going
Okay.
to blow through resources.
Okay,
That's how I play.
okay, that's how I play too. Go for it. Dan laughs because he knows it's true.
Yes.
Oh wow, I'm going to be spending a lot of karma because that was a terrible roll.
So what did you get?
Let's see. So I'm remarkable, and I got a 20. So to get up to a green, I need to spend 26 points, I believe.
Right.
I shall do so.
Great. So, and you're using your claws?
Yeah.
And you're going to do full damage, correct?
Doing as much damage as I possibly can.
And so what's great about this game is you don't have to roll for damage. You can just determine any number between what your max is, which is, I think, 30. Mm-hmm. What are your claws? Excellent. So your max between 30 and low. I mean 20 and lower. So are you going to do full 20 damage?
Yeah, she's doing as much damage as she can because she wants to look super cool.
So Hellcat comes in and she swipes using her claws to go through the armor of just the chest plate armor of the first drone. Her claws go through the armor and rend it a little bit, but the robot seems otherwise unaffected. So it looks like it took some damage, but it needs a significant more amount of damage to really knock it down. Okay, U.S. agents.
Speaking of a lot more damage, so yeah, John is gonna, he's staying on the motorcycle. He's gonna try to drive right between these two, and as he does, he's going to he's gonna try to smash one of them. I guess the one on his right with the shield.
John,
just the biggest direct smash he can.
Okay, so that's gonna weirdly be a charging roll. John, what is your control on your vehicle?
Control on the vehicle is remarkable.
Oh, wow. Okay, so the control on your vehicle is remarkable because you're going to hit the one on the right, but you're also going to hit the one on the left?
I was just trying to hit the one on the right, but if we can do this as a charge where I hit them both, I can do that.
Okay, so what you're going to do is, if you want to do that, you're going to roll under excellent.
Okay.
If you want to, and you're using a shield, yes or no?
I'm using the shield.
So it's actually going to be amazing -2. So you're going to roll under remarkable. So if you can roll under remarkable and tell me what you get.
All right.
And that's endurance, right?
Yeah, he's rolling charge, but because he's using a vehicle, it's a little bit different. Charge, but yeah, generally charging is under endurance. But you also get a 15.
And how much would I have to spend out of my karma to make that?
Well, you didn't announce that you were going to spend.
Oh, I understand. I have to announce karma. My bad.
It's like Uno.
John, so U.S. agent rides his bike. And it goes literally right through the mist, driving everything. John, Jackson, if you can make an agility roll for me, please.
No problem. It's a 59.
He crashes the motorcycle into the hallway, but into the wall of the hallway, trying to hit both of them. He just oversteps it, but flips backwards, lands on his feet, and then is directly behind the robot on the right.
Okay.
So
2 out of 4 vehicles crashed.
But the motorcycle is not crashed, but skidded out. Rage, it's your turn.
All right. So the whole time we were running into this room, Rage never stopped running. So he's
Okay.
coming at a pretty quick clip, and he's going to charge the one on the left, just like go
Okay.
right through his chest.
That's an endurance roll, and use your charge attack that you have there.
Okay, I believe that's I'm
Unearthly,
rolling.
right?
Well, hold on. So with my charge attack, I can make a Shift X charge.
Yeah, Shift X charge. That's the way you do it.
All right, let's roll that. Let's roll it. Oh my god! I rolled a 3.
Oh my gosh!
I thought I had that in the bag.
Rage, you blow right through him. And literally, like, woof, 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 woof. I think it's probably like your overzealousness as a 14-year-old. You're throwing right through both of them, and then literally behind them, you've overshot them. The robot's turn. So the robot,
running.
the one on the right and the one on the left, both move towards U.S. Agent, attacking him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I have excellent protection against physical and energy attacks.
You actually have unearthly if they try to hit you.
Oh, nice. Oh, right, because I'm using the shield.
Right, you're using the shield. So you'll have to dodge to evade, which is just if they manage to hit you, just roll your fighting plus 2 ranks and let me know what you get. But we're not there yet because they haven't rolled yet.
Okay.
The first one misses, and the second one. Oh, wait, Gallagher. The second one misses. They both miss.
Oh, nice.
So, Hellcat, it's your turn.
Okay, cool. Quick question, because I don't think I ever said, but does she have her staff on her?
Yeah, she has her staff on her shirt.
Oh, awesome. I
Got
just
her back.
noticed that does incredible damage rather than excellent damage.
Yeah, do it.
So, yeah, she's going to
You're
whack him
going to
with
roll
the
your
staff.
fighting plus 1. So you're going to roll whatever your fighting is. I think it's remarkable plus 1, which is incredible.
Okay, moving it up to incredible. I think I can just remember that it's incredible.
Yeah, just remember.
Oh, okay. So that's a 56 on incredible.
Yeah, so
that's still in the green, but hey.
Yeah. Hellcat takes her staff and boom, knocks the. It's the one you hit right earlier.
Yeah, the one on the left. I'm like, don't ignore me. I'm good at fighting.
Across the waist, and that drone breaks. Greg, if you could remove that from the board, please.
I'm always getting underestimated. No, Patsy. Not Patsy. Hellcat. You're super cool, Hellcat. Everybody thinks you're super cool. You're the best at things. Yeah.
U.S. Agent, your turn.
I think I want to. So the one, Patsy's got one of them. I'm gonna go for the other one.
That one out. Yeah, Patsy took that one out.
So I'm gonna go right for the other one, and I'm going to. I'm gonna try to wrestle it. I'm gonna try to wrestle it to the ground. Rather than using the shield because that clearly didn't work. Now I'm just angry because they made me crash my motorcycle, and so John just leaps at him. Like a full, both arms for its shoulders to try to overpower this thing.
So that is your strength for grappling. So if you can roll that plus.
So it's strength plus my grapple that puts me 3 columns up plus wrestling, which puts me another column up.
Right.
So I have incredible strength, and then I'm going 4 up. So it's a Shift X strength roll.
Right.
57.
Oh.
How much?
So,
am I good? All right.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for damage, which is the best part.
Right.
So you literally grab its head, crash it off, throw it down to the ground, and you have defeated this robot.
Hey, cool.
We're gonna switch to the other team. So as you guys leave and have defeated the drones, you see the sickly thing. You're gonna be able to go through it momentarily. Next, we are at who are we at? We are at Vision and Wasp. You two are trying to fix the compressor. You've noticed that internally, Vision and Wasp, you're here, right? You guys can hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So the air compressor is clearly damaged. there's an opportunity here, Vision, you've noticed, to get some insight from Tony Stark. Is that something that you would like to do to maybe sort of help you resolve this issue?
Well, not personally, but I imagine Nadia would appreciate it.
Yes, I have many questions about this armor. I wish to know if it is as inefficient as I believe in processing certain energy forms.
Okay. So, could you make a reason feat for me, please? Could you make a reason feat for me, please, there, Vision and Nadia, and let me know what you guys get?
What's the category of reason?
Reason is your reason is
No, I mean like
electronics, I think.
Okay, so it goes up a level.
Goes up a shift.
36.
Okay.
Does mine go up a shift when we're doing?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, when we're doing.
Yeah.
So 41, that's definitely in the green because it goes up 1.
Right. So what you've seen is that this has experienced this compression unit has experienced a tremendous amount of internal damage, and it's going to require some calculations that may be beyond you in terms of understanding just the mathematics involved. If you guys could, so what clearly seems to be the issue is the degree of microns, the balance between oxygen, nitrogen, and assorted elements that sort of help make Shi'ar air breathable, but also breathable conversely for human beings. And there's a really interesting mathematical problem. So give me just a second, and I'm going to help you guys navigate what the calculation is and see if you can solve the flaw that seems to have damaged this air compressor. So give me a second.
So yeah, I call it from inside the machine. These readings, they are how do you say, wonky?
Yeah, I mean, like, I imagine I'm just like fully interfacing with the computer systems. Like, I don't even have to touch anything, you know?
Yeah,
so I'm
you
just like,
yeah. So you do have to touch something because that's how the thing works. But your interface works when you touch it.
Okay.
But generally, yes. What is wrong with this? Greg, do you have? Can I put an image in the chat window for Zoom? Okay, so can I import an image? So I'm going to put the link here. So just give me a second, folks.
So nephew, you seem down. Is something wrong?
Well, I've reached a point in my life. You can only die and come back so many times before, you know. Plus your whole family being killed, that's kind of a bummer.
Well, I am your family.
I suppose that's true.
And there is your children by the woman who is a witch who is red.
Yes, I suppose if you count those, that would be true as well.
And the woman robot?
Yes. Unfortunately, that is also true. All right, I guess I just don't like the family I have.
So, Greg is going to patch you guys through a problem. You may need, looking at the problem. Do you see it, Greg? Great. So there is an equation that you two will need to solve in order to fix the. Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, this is totally David stuff.
Seriously, David? Seriously? Really?
Oh, you have no idea.
Really, David?
You can't make me actually be smart just because I'm playing a smart character. That's not fair.
So I don't know if the audience can see this or not, but the audience, David just gave us a 10-step equation to solve in order to, if not a roll, he's just making us actually do math.
U.S. agent calls bullshit.
Well, that's why Hellcat picked the punching people mission. It seemed like it was very likely to be punching people.
So for those of you who are supporting us monetarily, what we could really use is enough money to call a friend. Because while Nadia is a genius, I am not.
So wait, here's my question. It actually has every equals part laid out. Are we verifying the equation?
Yeah. Just verify the equation. Make sure it works.
We have to find out where the equation is wrong.
Oh, okay.
So you can use your calculators.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, so while you guys are solving that, we're going to move to, but feel free to call Tony Stark, see if there are any Avengers who can help you. Certainly, you're more than welcome to do that. While you guys are working on that, we're going to move now to Thing and Moon Knight. Thing and Moon Knight, how are you guys?
So while I was off planet, my best friend ends up marrying my girl. But it turns out she was a Skrull. What's a guy to do?
Blue moon. Dip, 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 dip. Blue moon.
So,
Ben, how does the whole toilet thing work? And I'm not trying to be gross. I'm just wondering, can you sit on one? Does it break? I don't know.
I kind of hover.
You hover. Okay. Just curious. That's all. Now, we're...
Moon Knight,
I'm letting you lead, by the way.
As you guys move to the bridge, you've found yourself amidst a very highly like a very huge, Star Trek kind of quality bridge. The computer systems in here might give you a general idea of the trajectory of where this Shi'ar ship was headed.
Are there buttons?
Oh, there are tons of buttons.
Oh, buttons.
Computer files.
Buttons.
So let me know what it is you'd like to do with this giant, basically this giant command center. But ultimately, this is where you'll find out whether or not where the ship was planning on going and what the trajectory was.
Well, as a pilot, I'm gonna find the console that looks like the navigation panel.
So as you approach the navigation panel, Ben, if you could roll your reason plus your pilot skill.
Alrighty.
Oh, way to go.
People forget that in order to be a fighter pilot in the Air Force, you've actually got to go through a serious amount of actual real work.
Yeah, just on the line between green and yellow.
Oh, fantastic! So, fantastic. So,
oh, fantastic! I get it.
Hi, ha ha. So you've so as you're going through everything, Ben, what you've stumbled upon is a really highly classified file, locked behind a series of sequences of Shi'ar protocols that could, if you were to unlock it, give you an idea of what the captain's log is. Everything else is sort of indicating that this was the larger trajectory of the ship, but this file is locked.
Huh. This file seems to be locked.
Locked? Okay. What do you do about it?
Do you want to make a reason check for me, Moon Knight?
Me?
Do you want to spend karma?
You know what? Sure, why not? No, did not need it. Okay, well, I got 100 if I use my karma.
Well, yeah, you have to use a minimum of, yeah. So
I need minimum
Knight,
of 10, but yeah, I got a 97, so.
Through some sort of weird Kenosha level insight, you've realized that this is a sequencer that you, if you were able to sort of figure out, might be able to unlock everything for you. So, oh man, you're really gonna hate me.
I put the same combination on my luggage.
Yeah, so you've realized that this is a special sequencer. The sequencer requires 5 shapes and 5 colors to sort of unlock the file.
Shapes and colors, I'm good with them.
Good. So I'm going to put this into the chat for Greg. and he is going to then murder me.
I swear, man, if you bring out a Hanoi Tower, that's it.
Oh, Hanoi Tower? What?
No, Hanoi Tower is the one where you have to move the pyramid from one stick to the other without putting a larger disc on top of a smaller disc.
No. Nothing quite that bad. So just give me a second. I have to DM. I have to DM. Oh, wait. I don't need to hear like. Oh my goodness. Do you know that Final Fantasy VII has an ad that gives you Smashing Pumpkins of all things?
What?
Yeah, like I accidentally hit an ad for something in Roll D20, and it then literally said, "The world is a vampire," and I was like, "What?"
That was the first album I ever bought with my own money.
Yeah, and weirdly, I think also contemporaneous, effectively, to FF7. Probably like FF7 was like a couple of years before, and FF7 is all about sucking the world dry. So accurate music choice there, advertisement.
And
Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness would be a few years before FF7.
So from left to right, the sequencer has 5 shapes and 5 colored beads that need to be in the right order to unlock this file. I sent this to Greg. He's going to post it. But here's what's important. Each of these beads has a different color. Red, blue, yellow, black, and white. And each of these beads has a different shape. Square, triangle, circle, oval, and rectangle. From the instructions that you've been able to decipher from the Shi'ar, you have learned. Are you writing this down, Moon Knight?
No. Why would I be writing things down? So, okay, you know what? Start from the colors, because I know
you can write it down with his moon pen on his mood pad.
Saying karma is a minute of 10. Oh, a minimum of 10. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I was reading.
So it's red, blue, yellow, black, white.
Yeah, red, blue, yellow, black, and white. And each of the beads has a different shape.
And are these following in the same order?
Square, triangle, circle, oval, and rectangle. From the instructions you have been given, decipher this from the Shi'ar. Okay, this is 6 steps, so be careful.
Oh, Jesus.
The red bead is next to the left. The red bead is left of the square bead. The oval and rectangular beads are on 2 ends. The white bead is between the triangle bead and the rectangular bead. The second bead is blue. The black bead is not next to the blue bead. The circular bead is next to the oval bead, and the red bead is next to the 4th bead. And that should be everything you need to unlock the sequencer.
Okay. Can you say that again? Because I missed this.
If you look at Roll20, it's up
written
on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wrote it down. Okay, thank you.
Good luck. I'm going to be over here smoking a cigar.
Hey, you're the brain here.
So as you guys decipher the puzzle, we're going to move to, which will unlock the file. We're going to move to our heroes who have just beaten the drones. So Hellcat, Rage, and U.S. Agent. Rage, you are closest because you overshot the charge. You are closest to the body that is shivering on the ground. What would you like to do?
Rage goes over to it and takes a knee and is just like, yo, look at this over here. Come here. Yo, is she alive? And he kind of pokes the body with his boot.
I'll come. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go for it.
She'll come over and be like, don't poke at them with your boot. It's
looking at the body, you can tell that it is a male Shi'ar.
Okay, so first thing on your deduction that's incorrect, this is a male of the species.
Yeah, they all look alike to me.
Such a Rage thing to say. So that's what you've seen is that it's a male and it's shivering down the thing. What would you guys like to do? Would you like to investigate the body?
I mean, they're still alive, right?
It's hard to tell. Shi'ar physiology is very difficult for you to decipher. But if you make an intuition roll or a psychic roll, a psionic roll, you can double check.
I would like to try if I can use psionic detection in this instance. Then
Yeah,
I shall.
go for it. Roll for it. It's excellent.
Okay. I realize that I'm pretty much out of karma at this point, so
Yeah,
I'm
just
gonna
roll. See what happens.
try to do my best. No.
No, you can't tell. U.S.
I
agent,
can't tell.
what would you like to do, buddy? U.S. agent.
So I've gone over, picked up the bike, and I'm sort of like rolling the bike with us as I head back down towards the body. And I say, well, I guess they're coming with us. And I pick him up and toss him onto the bike and roll the body along with the bike and us, continuing our search for that cosmic danger and the people under threat by it.
So,
And I just like lead him down the hallway.
Can you roll your psyche for me, Hellcat, please?
Sure. Just rolling my psyche. That was an awesome roll. So that puts me way into red.
Right. So Hellcat, as you're walking the bike down with the body of the Shi'ar sort of slumped over it, you get this weird premonition sort of emanating from your head, and this brilliant sense of purple and like deep blue. And you find yourself moving further and further towards the end. The emanation is coming further and further towards the end of the ship in this giant storage locker, probably about a minimum of 25 feet tall, and about 60 feet wide. Do you open it? Or
Yes.
Get this sealed up.
I'm scared of nothing. I open it.
I'm all right. No.
It says very specifically, I'm scared of nothing.
Right. So you try to open it, but the lid is a little too heavy for you.
The minute I see her struggling with that at all, I just grab the lid and open it.
The lid is a little too heavy for you, U.S. agent.
Rage steps in and like parts the sea and just like rips it open.
So as you lift it open, you see this gigantic purple and blue armor that seems very reminiscent to you. It has these gigantic purple boots, these gigantic purple gloves, this weird helmet that has two like sort of weird horn antennas on the side that almost looks like a weird oval, and a purple harnessy thing amidst a shirt and pants of solid blue. But it's difficult based on your own experiences to really make it out precisely. Can you all make a reason check for me? All three of you?
Yeah. Can't imagine what this is.
Mine's terrible.
17, okay. 39, all right.
39.
56.
All right, U.S. agent, you're like, wait, that looks like
Holy damn.
though very shrunken down, the armor of Galactus.
Steve Rogers jockstrap. And it sort of backs up and kind of like walks away from it for a second. And he looks like shocked for a minute.
Right.
Do you have any idea what we're looking at here?
Dun, dun, dun. Cut to Vision and Wasp.
So, have you ever heard of the human expression midlife crisis?
Yes, I believe my father had many of those. He had one in which he became a giant man, and then a Goliath, and then a yellow jacket, and then a scientific adventurer, and then he merged with your father, and now I do not know where he is.
Giant man. He was not lacking in subtext.
Is he still trapped in the future, David?
Yeah, yes. Let's say yes. So were you two able to solve the problem?
Yes.
Is the genius in the walking computer able to solve a math problem?
The error is in 309 times 16 equals 4944. It's actually 4844, and the final answer is 1520.
Great. So fantastic. As you guys are able to figure out the equations, you're able to fix the air compressor. And there's a huge sort of opening up of the airways, and suddenly like the air feels a lot better and brighter. The challenge is that as you do that, can you roll your intuition for me too?
Sure.
Both of you, please.
Yep.
Oh, wow. It was an 87?
I only got a 23.
Okay, so Vision, what you hear coming through as you fix the compressor, you're like, that's weird. I hear something unusual moving at supersonic, not subsonic speeds, but like supersonic speeds, moving at an unusual velocity that I can't quite pinpoint. And as you are just about to hear that, all the work that you've done on the air compressor has literally been undone as you hear these gigantic piercing sounds of two figures bursting through the hull of the ship. If you can put on Zenith and that other purple-eared character for us, Greg.
Oh, yeah.
There's one of them. That's Zenith, or Zenith, as we call her. And here's her cousin. What Mohawk fellow?
Oh, so great. Off-brand Superman's here.
Gladiator, I assume?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they are both, and you hear, surrender the exile immediately, or face the wrath of the Imperial Guard. Moving now, we'll roll for initiative when we come back to you guys, but these are two very, very, very powerful beings who have just undone your work, and you're facing down. Switching now to Thing and Moon Knight. You two.
Hello.
Have you guys been able to solve the conundrum?
I believe so. What do you want first? To get colors or the shapes?
Okay, let's go first with the. I have to open it up, so give me a second.
Okie dokie.
Do not write themselves. Okay, so yeah, whatever you got. So let's go
for the colors. I got yellow, blue, red, white, black.
Okay.
And for the shapes, oval, circle, triangle, square, rectangle.
Fantastic. So I'm going to put this up on the thing. You guys were able to open. If you guys have Twitter open.
Ooh, that LSAT prep course.
Yeah.
Not like we haven't played games with Dave before.
No, right? I love you guys. Can you open up Twitter?
Yeah.
Sure thing.
And go to. I have to unlock this. Go to. Hold on. I have to unlock this account. Go to. I'll tell you what it is in a second. Give me a second, gents.
Okie doke.
Discard. Go to. Just have to change my settings. I made it private so you guys couldn't hack it.
Oh yeah.
That's what I have trying to do when I'm not at work, and helping homeschool my children is hack your accounts for a game that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, well, you never know how these things work, guys. I've run a lot of Twitter accounts for games that I only ever play once. So if you guys could go to twitter.com/officerlog, you've been able to hack the commander, science officer Eam Poond Smythe.
What? I'm sorry. What was the Twitter
this
handle?
is so cool, David.
Officer log.
That is pretty
This
cool,
is
David.
Dope.
Maybe why can I cannot find this?
OFFICERLOG.
Yeah.
Okay, who uses more apostrophes, Klingons or Shi'ar?
Shi'ar.
Do you see it, David?
Hold on. Officer.
OFFIC.
I don't know why.
The Klingons also have.
Oh,
like,
now I
random
can find it. I don't know why I couldn't find it before. Anyway.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
you guys have now hacked the officer log of the ship captain.
Nice. It seems to be fragmented.
Yeah. So there you go. And I see that you've just followed me now on Twitter.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So
Oh no.
Yeah. So you guys are reading that while we move now to Hellcat and Rage and U.S. Agent. You guys have found something big at the bottom of your at the bottom of this chest. U.S. Agent, how are you reacting as the leader of this team?
So I've backed off, and I look at them and I go, it's called Galactus. It's a world eater. The military has a whole response force dedicated entirely to just running the goddamn hell away when it shows up. We are not looking at something that can be solved with this. And I bring up the shield. Steve Rogers couldn't even take this thing out with that, and he's the Captain America. I'm just a Captain America.
Quick question. Is it just the costume, or is it like Galactus in there?
It's just the costume, and it's shrunk from the size that you guys generally are reminded of.
So, quick question, as that I totally failed my role. Is even his costume dangerous?
Well, that is something that you guys will have to find out.
Oh, she was asking U.S. Agent.
Yeah. And so he goes, well, I don't really know. He's normally a big guy. So, I mean, I suppose what this would mean is that somewhere out there is a big guy, buck naked. And the question is, does the big buck naked guy have the power, or does the power live in them gauntlets?
Alternately,
those gauntlets
and that jockstrap.
This seems to be a very small version of the costume. So if he's a really big guy, we could be looking at, and hear me out, we could be looking at a cosplay outfit from Comic-Con.
You know a lot of aliens going to Comic-Con?
There is a Marvel Comics.
I mean,
there is a Marvel Comics in the Marvel Universe, so presumably there is a Comic-Con.
Definitely.
I'm just saying, I have a lot of experience of people, being fans of comic books. That's kind of in my wheelhouse. So this could just be, I mean, there might be tons of aliens. I mean, you'd never know if a Skrull was at Comic-Con, for instance, would you?
I'm imagining for a second. Sorry. I'm imagining Patsy being asked to judge a contest where people come dressed as her, and her being really disappointed because they all come dressed as Patsy Walker from the old comic books, and not a single one comes as Hellcat.
Well, I mean, to give you an idea, the popularity of Patsy Walker is 80. The popularity of Hellcat is 5.
He sort of looks at you straight faced and goes, "Really? What kind of dumbass likes a character so much that he dresses up in that character's costume and tries to be it?"
She looks at him and goes, "The mind boggles."
So
Hey.
as you rage, if you can make your intuition roll for me, please.
Sure. And I was going to ask a question. How big is the suit?
The suit is about, at this point, even though the tomb that it's in is like 25 by 60,
Yeah.
the whole costume seems to keep shrinking. So right now it's only about 8 feet by 8 feet by 44 inches waist.
Okay. You said intuition?
Yeah, intuition, please.
All right. Let's see. I got a 79.
Wow. So one of the things that you have noticed, Rage, is that as you're looking at the suit, you hear something vibrating through the hull of the ship, and it sounds like a huge pounding. Boom, boom, boom.
Am I the only one that hears it?
You are the first person to hear it.
So I scream to the guys, but well, I guess they're in front of me, or I guess I'm inside the locker.
Yeah, I know you've opened up the locker, so you've lifted this gigantic lid off this locker,
Right.
and then you're like, "What the hell is that thing?" As you hear basically this gigantic rumbling coming from the wall of the ship.
I turn to the guys and go, "Did you hear that?"
Yeah, I heard that.
Yes,
And you
I also
hear
heard it.
As you see a gigantic hole punctured in the side of the hull, and start to feel the pressure of outer space trying to suck you in. As you see, can you throw up Titan and Electron, please, for me there?
Oh, good.
Greg?
Titan and Electron. Totally normal.
Normal names for normal guys.
Yeah. No worries at all.
It's the Shi'ar Justice League.
It's Shi'ar Legion of Superheroes. The Shi'ar Justice League would be like their version of the Squadron Supreme, right?
Mm-hmm. So these guys just busted through the wall.
Yeah. Now we're moving to Thing and Moon Knight.
Okay. So there was a lot of information here.
I also want to point out the only person here who has met Galactus is not in the Galactus party.
Right, that's true. That's true. The only person who's actually hung out with Galactus is literally hanging out.
You watched him eat hot dogs.
We should have brought Squirrel Girl. It would have solved this whole thing for us.
Would have.
That was my first request for a character. So
She's OP.
She is
Wicked
OP.
OP.
She's literally unbeatable.
Overpowered. OP.
9
So
vulnerable.
now we are looking at some really dangerous threats. Thing and Moon Knight. What have you got for us?
You said we all have little earwigs.
Yeah, we all have comms.
All right, so I immediately get on comms and I say, guys, it's Ben. We got into the captain's log, and it appears like this ship.
I got into the captain's log.
We got into the captain's log, and it seems like the crew of this ship was looking for Galactus.
Roger that. I think they found him.
Oh.
Well, they found his armor, apparently, because that's what it said in the logs.
Yeah, we located that.
Yeah, we can verify it. Did they tell you if Galactus had gotten kind of tiny?
Yeah, it said it did change a little bit. I have no idea why. And there was also a lot of information about the Imperial Guard in there that I was perusing. These guys are some big guys.
I believe we're looking at them right now.
Oh, you are? Oh, tell them I said hi.
Great. Ben and Moon Knight, could you roll your intuition for me, please?
Okie dokie. The intuition. Let's be
Ben, you too.
Yep.
I got 85.
So, and Ben, you got,
I got green.
Yeah, so you guys, knowing that what you know about the Imperial Guard, you can see that Star Bolts and Oracle are floating outside the window of the ship, ready to come in and break it. We're going to roll for initiative, but we're going to do it sort of separately. First, we're going to do Zenith and Gladiator fighting Wasp and Vision. If you guys could roll a d10 and tell me what you get, please.
Sure. Rolling on the thing, right?
Yeah.
No, we're rolling on roll 20.
Roll
Ben
20.
is not an appropriate rolling surface.
Very
Too
rocky.
rocky. Yeah.
Okay,
Uneven.
are there more enemies showing up on our screen right now?
Yes. Yeah, so
Okay.
everybody has 2 each.
Ooh, 5.
All right. So,
I
my
am
God,
10.
Vision, holy shit.
Is that good? I guess that's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a D10, so yeah, it's good.
You're
Well,
literally
it's-
the most powerful
it's with a
person in the
plus-
room, so
It's with a +2.
But still. All right. So first we're gonna go with Vision. You get a 10, and Wasp, you get a 5. These guys get a
2, 1.
they get a 1 and an 8. So Vision, you go first.
Is there an equivalent of like a diplomacy roll? Like it seems like there's
it's
a lot of talking that
your
can go on here.
popularity.
Yeah. Oh dear. That's not gonna go well.
You can spend karma.
Okay, sure. I'm just gonna do the stupid thing because sometimes that's good role playing.
I
I'm
know
going.
all about that as a role player.
I'm gonna float towards them, completely like dense, like utterly hittable, and I'm gonna say, "Greetings, friends. I am Vision of the Avengers. How can we help you?"
All right.
If you're floating, doesn't it mean you're intangible?
I don't think so necessarily. Oh, maybe it does.
Yeah, it does. If you're floating, it means you're
Okay.
tangible. But you're not like dense. You're not
Yeah.
like, hey, super punchable. Surrender the exile now. M. Punk Smythe needs to come with us immediately.
Query: where shall we find him?
He is the captain of this crew. He is the captain of the ship which he stole from the Shi'ar Empire for some ridiculous, unrelenting mission.
So, we are looking for a criminal who has stolen a Shi'ar ship
The
And
ship
it's had-
that you are in.
that I am in and has had interactions with Galactus. It seems to me that our goals are not unaligned in this case.
Surrender the criminal, and everything will be fine.
The criminal is not within our possession, but we would help you find him.
I don't know if we can trust you, Avengers. What do you think, Zenith? Humans are pathetic creatures. Let us see what our other members of our Imperial Guard can find, whether or not this one is holding out on us. So, Titan and Electron are hanging out now with Rage, Hellcat, and you as agent. They see that you have the Shi'ar prisoner and demand that you surrender. Surrender the prisoner and Smythe now.
Oh, well, sure. We were just rescued him from robots a little while ago. Is he your prisoner? I don't know.
He's an exile from Shi'ar Empire who has believed that he is on some sort of mission to alert the world about some signal that they come from your pathetic human planet. Whatever we are on, his trajectory has led him here to this pathetic location.
Okay, well, I mean, you don't seem to like Earth, so that's kind of a negative on your part.
And wrong.
Yeah, we're pretty fond of her.
Earth is where we keep America.
Come on, don't steal my line.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Literally where I was going. You know me too well, John.
Earth is America.
So good. Yeah.
20 karma. Oh my god, that is the funniest line.
Please give it to John. It was his line.
Yeah, that's yeah, take whoever takes that karma is great. So you guys have clearly found that the Shi'ar are approaching you, and they are not happy.
So, I mean, I feel like if he's a prisoner, she looks at the two of you. I mean, we should just. I mean, if he's a bad guy.
We don't know who he is. We know they call him misguided, but you know who else gets called misguided all the time? This guy. You know who people say is on a mission that he just made up? This guy. So if you think I'm just gonna stand here and let somebody else tell me that we gotta give over some delusional guy, well, I want to know if he's delusional first. And I is the guy close to us? We have his body, right? I put it on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
I wanna see if I can slap him awake.
You can slap him awake.
Hey, wake up! Wake up!
The Imperial Guard, they're our enemies. They're here to stop the signal of Galactus.
What signal of Galactus? The hell are you talking about?
The signal of Galactus comes from this very location. Here on planet Earth. It is summoned for us. There is not, as he is talking, it's like his last breath. You have woken him up from what looks to be a very critical, almost very intensive care situation.
Oh no! I just slapped intensive care patient. Cool.
Slapped him awake.
That was his death rattle.
Yeah, that's literally his.
Okay, John.
John is not good at flattening the curve. Oh no.
So just to sort some things out here, and now that he said that Pucky, so clearly bad dude, and that's fine. We didn't know. He was unconscious at the time, so he's yours. But bigger problem, Galactus, that sounds bad. So maybe joining forces.
Did I just lose you guys?
We just lost Patty.
No, she's there.
Am I back?
Yeah.
How much of that did you miss?
Oh, about 2 seconds.
Okay, so she points at Rage. Team up. She points at U.S. Agent. Team up, pointing to the two people that just crashed through the wall.
Right. And I look at I'm like, I still have no damn idea what's going on here.
I'm just about to start punching people.
I'm with Rage. You and I, we got a similar vibe going, my friend.
No, I think
listen,
punching.
We don't know that this guy's bad. What if he was trying to help shut down Galactus? He seems to have stolen Galactus's armor. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe the armor. Maybe
I don't know.
the Imperial Guards after that armor. We don't know.
He sounded really pro Galactus just then.
We can entirely hear all of this, right?
Yeah, you can totally hear.
Yeah.
I turn to Nadia and I say, I'm beginning to understand why Tony didn't call us.
So it's good. You hear that, Greg? It's not that they haven't called you. It's that you didn't call them.
I was just waiting on my turn. That's all.
I mean, the player here could be totally misinterpreting everything. To be fair.
I genuinely know. Is there any way, just for the sake of it, I can run a reason check, or an intuition check, whatever works for you, David, to try to just get a better understanding of whether or not this guy is pro or anti-Galactus? Because I didn't get either of that from what he said. I just got there is a signal that's leading to Earth, and he came here and he has some Galactus.
So why don't you make a reason check? But also you have comms, so if you
make a
popularity check, you can check in with the other members of your team.
For a popularity check? Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
None of us are answering your call.
Yeah, I have a zero popularity. So
wait, 0 as John Walker and 0 as U.S. Agent.
It says here that my popularity is secret. Yeah.
No, it's public and secret.
Oh, I see. 5. Sorry.
Your secret identity. Nobody likes you as John Walker, but
Right.
as the U.S. agent, people like you a little bit better.
They like me 5.
Here's how
You
much
do
people
well,
dislike you.
Breitbart.
They like Vision twice as much.
Jesus Christ. All right, so 5.
So 5 is under typical. So just
And I rolled a 21.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Nice.
So
Yeah, that's a fail.
U.S. agent is calling you guys. Do you choose to answer?
Yeah, what do you want?
You can choose to answer, but you just have to answer because he scored so low. You just have to answer positively, but also negatively. So you can choose as much information as you want to give him.
I
Yeah,
am
what do
very
you want?
sorry. I cannot talk to you right now. I am busy trying to contact an Avenger.
No, I am technically an Avenger.
Sorry, I
am
have
a
to close
Captain
this line
America.
out.
Can I make? I'm not sure which of my popularities is applying here because I guess maybe
You can rip off your hood and be like, "I'm Patsy Walker. Don't you recognize me, Gladiator? Come on."
She's very popular, and David.
Okay, I need to.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. We'll wrap up this team and then we'll move to Nadia and Vision. So Hellcat, go ahead.
Well, I was debating whether or not to try use my popularity to get the people to answer on the comms, but if I can use my popularity on these aliens, I guess I could.
So, do you want to try to use your popularity to get people to answer the comms, or do you want to try to see if you have intergalactic sex appeal?
You know what? I'm going to try for the intergalactic appeal because radio signals and TV signals might have finally hit them, and they might think that I'm a superstar.
Some sort of SETI project.
Right.
from the old animated show where you and your friends formed a band.
Right. Exactly. She says, I hate to do this, but when she takes her mask off, I'm Patsy Walker.
Okay.
And she shakes her auburn locks out.
Hi, I'm Patsy Walker. You may remember me from such television shows.
Hi, I'm Patsy Walker.
Popularity, Patsy.
Well, in my popularity, that's a 91.
Oh my god! So they're like, oh
yes, yes.
All right, Avenger. You know, you make a point. You make a point. So now we go to Vision and Wasp.
First, I want to nominate her for some karma because that was awesome.
20 karma.
Nice.
While Vision is distracting them, and since I am only half an inch tall and still technically in the machine, I'm going to try to call down to Earth. Specifically I'm trying to hook into the general Avengers frequency. And since I believe we've raised enough money tonight, I am going to call Iron Man.
Tony Stark, can you roll your popularity for me, Nadia?
Okay, but I thought we got it free, but I'll roll it anyway.
Oh, no, it's just how he responds.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. 57, that's not too bad.
So Tony Stark, you get a call from Nadia Van Dyne.
Pim.
Is it Pim or is it Van Dyne?
I believe it's Pim. I have to look it up now. I'm confused.
I thought she was adopted by Janet.
Oh, well, I'll go with that because Janet's cooler.
Janet is cool. So
it's in fact Nadia Van Dyne.
Awesome. Cool.
So what?
And also Nadia Pym. Geez, it's both.
Ta-da!
I blame Mark Wade.
Yeah, go for Tony.
Tony, there's a call for you. I hear that there's some sort of video montage, right? Is that right?
There sure is, as the PA systems get overridden, because that's how Tony rolls.
Almost old enough that Tony Stark would automatically take my call. as a young woman.
Yeah, go for Tony.
Oh, that is really cool. Sorry, that is a great effect. Oh, Mr. Stark, I am Nadia Van Dyne. We are on a mission in space. We are aboard a Shi'ar ship. Apparently, Galactus's armor is here, and also a man in a mohawk who can punch through a very dense metal. We could very much use some backup because all we have is not Captain America and the crazy Moon Man and Vision, my nephew, and Patsy Walker, and well, we do have Ben Grimm, and Rage. He seems very competent, but please help.
Is this my sponsor? Is this a test? That's not
no.
What?
No. I have not purchased your advertising space. Please to come up into space, lock onto these coordinates, and help us before we all suffocate because they punched holes in the ship, and there does not seem to be an automatic repair system.
Sure. It's not like I'm doing anything else. Not like running a company or being a real Avenger. I'm on my way to space. Sure.
Also, Galactus is here. Or at least his armor is.
Sort of buried the lead there, huh?
No, I did say that. I am sorry that you did not hear it. Perhaps you need to work on your audio equipment.
I'm half paying attention. I'm halfway there.
Okay. I can retune it when you get here.
Tony, you're at.
Not your fault. You have inferior American audio equipment.
Tony, you're going to start at A1. So as you're coming in, so now we're moving to Thing and Moon Knight. You guys are Oracle and Starbolt outside your windows.
Hey!
Always gotta be a fire guy.
Hey! You see my ship? Can you get it? It's on the side. You could get
Can you guys roll for initiative? I mean, they're outside of the ship, but they can clearly see you.
Just remember, the closer you are to the moon, Moon Knight, the stronger you are. That's not actually how it works, but you might get them to believe it.
I read a Moon Knight comic once. That's how it works.
What's that issue of West Coast Avengers where like there's 10,000 moons, and so he's like stronger than Superman?
With the super adaptoid.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to get some nerdiness? Yeah. Okay, there you go.
So actually, Starbolt comes in, fires a flaming fireball through the window, aiming at you, Thing, and
of course,
completely. Wait, I rolled that wrong. And totally. Oh no! The fireball rushes through the window, melting it as the air sucks out of the ship, and then aims directly towards you, Ben, and hits your orange hide. But because you have body armor, did no damage. However,
I live with the Human Torch. I ain't afraid of fire.
But
I am.
Make an endurance check to see whether or not you are sucked out of the vacuum into the vacuum of space.
Again. You forgot about the again.
Strength check.
In other words,
strength
is it
check.
Tuesday?
Yeah, it's strength check.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Moon Knight, you are pulled through the gravity of the thing, but you're able to hold on tightly against one of the bars of the bridge and not sucked out. Oracle, the member of the Imperial Guide with mind control powers.
Good luck.
tries to possess you.
Me?
No.
They're crowded in there.
And she literally, as she pulls her head here, she massages her templates, and then she got a red result at a 93. Moon Knight, what is your psyche?
My psyche is remarkable.
Poor? What is your psyche?
Remarkable.
Oh, and what's your psychic resistance?
Let me grab the sheet. It's easier to see for me. It's considered incredible versus mind control.
She takes a even though she pierced through your brain and you take 10 points of damage.
Okay.
She ends up losing complete consciousness and falling out of that hole that she generated, and moves. Is knocked out and moves outside of the spaceship 8 areas. So she is floating in the nethers of space.
Nice.
No,
Welcome to the nethers.
Ooh, the nethers.
The nethers of space.
It's nice out there.
So, Thing and Moon Knight, it's your turn.
There's still a giant hole sucking all the
Still a
oxygen
giant
out of the ship.
hole. Okay, sucking the oxygen. out of
I'm gonna grab the nearest like console and just throw it at the hole to plug it up.
Okay. So if you could do a strength check, please.
Ready?
I mean, it's monstrous, but
Let's see. It's 60.
yeah, you got it. You got it. 63.
Yep.
Your strength keeps the basically the fireball sized hole in, blocking the air from escaping the ship.
That's how they do things back on Yancey Street.
Moon Knight, it's your turn. Oracle's outside, but Starbolt's also like outside, so you can sort of see them. What would you like to do? Thing has put a giant barrier, basically.
I don't really what I can do at this point. They're both outside the ship.
Well, you could leave this area.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. I'm gonna leave the command deck.
Okay.
Is there like a
you move through the command deck and basically go into the central hallway where you can see that you can either go up or down to meet with the rest of your team. But you're literally at the crossroads of where you guys decide to break off.
Where's Captain America Jr.? Where's he at?
Captain America Jr. is towards the left. You don't
Okay,
have
I'm gonna go down that way.
Go there yet? Right. Okay.
Yep. Peace out, Ben. Sorry.
All right. So now we're at Gladiator. The Gladiators, right? The Gladiators? No. Yeah, we're at the Gladiators fighting Vision and Wasp. No, I'm sorry. We're at Titan and Electron. Sorry, we're back.
What am I doing?
Wait,
You're holding the console.
Yeah, you're holding the console. Your turn is, so once you're done, you can either fight those guys off by yourself, or you can, because that was your turn. You threw the thing yeah, so you can either, at the end of your turn, leave or fight both of them yourself. Because Moon Knight's a jackass.
Hey, I'm playing my character correctly.
So we're actually at Titan and we're at Titan and Electron that are fighting U.S. Agent Rage and Patsy, right?
Yeah, are we fighting though? I feel like
no, you're not. You convinced them that it's not worth fighting.
Now, is there still a giant hole where we are too?
There's a giant hole where you are too.
Hey, as that you guys are fans, I don't know if you know this about Earthlings. We need air to breathe, and this hole in the ship is kind of killing me. So, if you could do me a really solid favor here and seal up that hole, much appreciated.
Titan, the Shi'ar guy, grows and picks up that gigantic 60 by 25 foot coffin and throws it over the hole to prevent the air from going out. Of course, it has Galactus' costume in it, but still. Poof.
Thanks, guys.
U.S. Agent Rage, it's your turn.
Rage is just standing down, like he's just trying to figure out which way to go here. Like he really wants to punch one of these dudes, but he's holding back.
If you want someone to punch,
yes,
punch this Shi'ar scum who brought you to this land of Latvania.
I don't think that guy's doing much of anything right now.
Latvania. What is it you Earthlings call this pathetic piece of Earth? Glaxcapania?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna punch this dude.
What? That is a twist.
That's not how team-ups That's
No,
not
that's
how
exactly-
team-ups work, Rage.
That's exactly how team-ups work.
Oh my goodness! It's
We have to
actually
work
going to be
together for a little bit before we start punching each other.
So you're going to punch him?
Wait, no, I'm gonna punch the guy that just came through the thing. I'm not punching. The one guy's dead on the floor, right?
Yeah, don't punch the dead guy. That's just
Yeah, I'm not
messed up.
punching that. I'm not punching the dead guy.
Yeah. So you can talk. There's two guys.
Right.
There's two Shi'ar guys.
Right.
One with the red and blue
Yeah.
prevented you guys from all dying because he grew to superhuman size, took Galactus's coffin and plugged up the hole in the wall. The other
Right.
guy is the weird guy in the yellow and orange, and he's making fun of Latveria.
Yeah, I don't like his mouth. I'm just punching that guy.
Okay. Roll of fighting.
Tell him I don't like your face.
Okay, roll your fighting roll.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. All right.
God damn it.
84.
Shit!
Hell yeah.
This guy's
Hell
out. Greg, can you remove this guy from the map, please? Electron.
Oh,
This
Jesus.
guy's knocked out. He's just knocked out. Like, I have to double check his health to make sure. Like,
You just one-shotted him? Go Rage!
Yo, tell him to say something else.
yeah, dude, you literally knocked this dude out. You literally knocked this.
Ray just stands over him, just like flexing on him. Yeah.
Yeah. that guy-
I walk up and I go, so it's Latveria, right? Latveria? Just pronounce it and have you punch me now, right?
So now we're Titan has done his thing. Hellcat, you've talked. Rage, you've talked. U.S. Agent, Rage, you've hit somebody, and U.S. Agent, you've talked. Do you guys need to do anything else right now?
Other
How
than
long
Patsy
until I
going
get
like,
there?
What?
How long until I get there?
Until next round we'll get that.
Okay, I'm just wondering. Sorry.
Yeah, we're going to Vision and Wasp. Vision and Wasp.
Yeah, so like I'm just like, oh dear. Yes,
So you're hearing
apparently.
all this stuff in comms, obviously.
Yes. Yes. Well, that's bad. One of our people has hit one of your people, but this doesn't need to affect our conversation. My suggestion is we proceed to the area where the prisoner you're seeking is, and we can all talk this over calmly, and we can discipline those of our people that are crazy punch maniacs.
Right. So this sounds appealing. Suddenly his ear jerks up as if he hears something unusual. Tony, could you roll your intuition for me, please, buddy? And also, Greg, tell me how much we've raised.
We are standing at $321.
That's pretty good. I'm not complaining. Fantastic. So if you could roll your intuition for me there, Iron Man.
46.
All right. What are your scanners? Your scanners are incredible or amazing?
Oh, my sensors. Yeah, if I use those, I can jack it up to amazing.
Can you re-roll under amazing for me, please?
I sure can. It's a 43. How's that?
Yeah, that's still not great, but Tony, blinding past you as you're donning your little armor to go suborbital is a giant streak of silver that moves past you. You can't really identify, but is clearly moving past you towards the ship. And then Vision and Wasp, you hear where you are. It's impossible. He cannot be here. This is not right. This is all wrong. Dun, dun, dun. Ben, it is your turn.
Oh boy.
The Starbolt, and Oracle are outside. They are outside, and you are in. They are outside, and you have. Moon Knight has left you. What do you choose to do?
Um.
Do you want to go where Moon Knight is and hope that they will die down, or do you want to try to hold your breath and go out into space and fight them? That seems like something I would do as a player.
Yeah, no, I don't think going outside into outer space is such a great idea.
From your mouth to God's ears.
No, you know what? I'm gonna since Moon Knight went to the left to reconnect with fake Captain America and those guys, I'm gonna go and check in on Nadia and Vision.
Okay, so boom, you use all of your movements to check in on Nadia Vision, and you see somebody you know kind of well because you fought together, Gladiator, which is not necessarily a welcome sight, and his cousin Zenith. You are not particularly happy to see them, but I'd love to hear you roleplay that exchange. Oh, it's you, Benjamin J. Grimm.
Oh, great, the Mohawk.
Are you the one who brought him here?
Is that something I would do?
You brought the surfer to us?
The surfer, he's a cool guy. I ain't bringing Galactus anywhere.
No, you don't understand.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
You don't understand. What happened? Wait. Somebody said if it happened, I didn't notice.
No,
Oh, don't worry about it. It's just chat. Yeah.
It's just some shit we're talking about. It's all right.
Oh, gotcha. You brought the Silver Surfer here. You have no idea what that means.
I'm getting really tired of all you aliens coming down here and pushing us around.
As you start talking, Moon Knight, can you roll your intuition?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
And Hellcat, can you roll your intuition?
Intuition.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
I rolled
Okay.
real
Both
good on
of
my
you-
intuition, you guys.
I got
Yeah,
73.
that's great. Holy crap. 81 and a 73.
Yeah, I'm in the yellow for my intuition.
As the most psychically sensitive people there, you both feel the presence of the Silver Surfer.
Ah, damn it.
Am I-
Another shiny
do you
guy.
think- Do you think Patsy is pro or con on Silver Surfer?
I think she's generally pro Silver Surfer.
I mean, she is from California.
Yeah.
Depends how you feel about bald, sad shinies.
Until
With-
you
with-
hear
with
a
rocking bodies in
burning sound coming from the side of the ship that Moon Knight is on, as you hear and the ship is cut directly in half.
Ah, great.
Moon Knight is
I'm in
floating
space
in
again.
space
Again.
because that's what he does.
Moon
That's his-
Knight in space.
That's his new superpower.
As you
Orbiting the
hear
Earth.
this ominous voice, feel the power of the Silver Surfer, Herald of Doom.
Yeah, that's not good.
So, oh, no, that's not good. No, not at all.
No,
I thought he
I
was the
think
herald of that big dude with the armor.
Did he just say Herald of Doom?
See,
I told you.
All
I
of
told you.
All of you feel this rocking as the ship tears itself apart. It's literally rendered rim from rim. So whereas Ben, you're with Vision and Nadia, right?
Yes.
Moon Knight is the only one who's like in space. The rest of the ship,
Moon Knight in space.
the rest of the ship is torn apart. Iron Man, you come caroling through. Caroling? Is that what
Yes,
Iron Man
Carolyn.
does?
All right, let's hear what that sounds like.
Here we come, a wassailing, a wassailing.
Let's all three ships come. Yeah, okay.
Wait, does Iron
Except
Man
they're like all inexplicably to the tunes of Iron Maiden songs,
Yeah.
ACDC tracks.
Iron Man, you come coming through and you see Moon Knight flipping into space as this giant ship is torn asunder.
Okay. Secondary ships. Is that... Tony would think to himself, he knows he has a weird moon crescent ship somewhere. Is that floating around in the junk?
Yes, but it is missing a half of a wing because he decided to ram it against the side of the Shi'ar ship.
But it looks like it still has life support, though. A quick scan?
Yes, it does.
Okay, well then he would fly up and grab the Moon Knight, who is ironically dying in space, and take him to his sundered craft, at least for a place to hang out a bit. I'd throw a force field around him too on the way.
Okay, so can you make a strength roll for me, please, there, Iron Man?
Sure can. Wow.
So,
Whoa.
Moon Knight is not grabbed, and
Get off me!
he's flying through space.
Tony just keeps flying then.
Keeps flying. All right, so we're gonna sort of condense this action a little bit more. Obviously, the problem with the Silver Surfer showing up has sort of recalibrated everybody. Silver Surfer has shown up. Do we have the Silver Surfer there as an image there, Greg? Did I give you one?
I will grab the surfer.
The Herald of Doom part does not make me feel very confident about the Silver Surfer being a good guy in this case.
Yeah. So, boom. Oracle is Oracle. Let's remove Oracle. She suffered psychic damage.
Did I grab the right one? Who am I?
Yeah, that's Oracle's the. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. So now we've got these guys. Great. And then, can you put our heroes on the board for us, please,
Sure can.
Greg?
Sure can.
We're going to assume you're all in the spaceship.
We got raided.
Yeah.
Welcome, raiders. We're on a Shi'ar ship in space. It got torn in half by the Silver Surfer, who is apparently serving Doom. And Moon Knight is floating in space using his new superpower, which is to be a satellite of the Earth.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a good superpower.
Right. We're going to assume, for shits and giggles, that you guys are in. Obviously, the ship's torn apart and you're all gasping for oxygen. But we're going to assume for the time being that you have enough endurance to get you through at least 2 rounds of fighting with very low oxygen, holding your breath, and the limited outer exposure of the ship to give you just a little bit of fighting room. So these were your last gasps as you're fighting the Silver Surfer, who has claimed that he is now the harbinger of Dr. Doom.
Okay.
Can we roll for initiative, please?
Sure.
So are we going to midnight?
No, we're going to wrap up probably in about 25 minutes.
Okay.
The Silver Surfer is going to kill all of us and leave all of our bodies floating in space.
Hey, he has to find me, which granted with the power of Cosmic he obviously can, but...
Man, some of you are rolling some pretty killer initiatives. I was feeling good about my 8, but
Man.
there's 2 9s in there.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Yeah, so, golly. So here we go. Oddly, U.S. agent? You go, wait, is that right?
No, I rolled a 6.
I was like, what? I was like, wait, that's impossible. So is there an initiative tracker on here, right, Greg?
I will fire it up while it looks like the Wasp is first, and I'll get us initiative tracker up.
Okay, great. Wasp. So let's move these people over. Wasp, you are with Vision, correct?
I am.
So I'm just gonna quadrant this out. Thing, you are with these guys on this part of the ship. You guys are together on this part of the ship. Moon Knight, you are floating in space. Iron Man, where are you? You're over here. Moon Knight is over there. Actually, let's do it
where I
like
belong.
this. We're going to do this here. Moon Knight is over here. So let's just assume for shits and giggles that you guys are on one part of the ship, and you guys are on the other part of the ship. And that Zenith is with Wasp and Zenith. I can't grab her, Greg.
Where would you like her?
I would like her by Thing and Vision and Wasp. Same thing with Gladiator. And then you can put Titan with Rage and US Agent.
And Hellcat.
And Hellcat, yes, and Hellcat.
No. Right now, she's Patsy Walker.
That's true.
Right.
She has revealed her
True.
secret identity.
Right. So we're going to do it. Wasp, you are first.
Okay.
So Silver Surfer is basically in the center of. I'm not going to do it, but basically, imagine Silver Surfer's in the middle of you guys. So one half the ship is firing against the other half of the ship, and Silver Surfer's in the middle. Starbolt, Moon Knight, and Iron Man are outside of the ship context.
Okay. There's a lot of problems here. There's a lot to take in, but I think the most immediate problem is the fact that most of us can't breathe. Can I see the Quinjet?
Quinjet. Yes, you can see the Quinjet. You know the Quinjet's in the airlock, so yes, you can see it.
Okay, cool. I am hightailing it as fast as I can go for the Quinjet.
Okay. That's going to be your movement turn and your non-action turn. Do you want to try to start it up as your combat turn?
If I can get into there, yeah. Basically, my goal right now is to get in and get it running so that I can start rescuing other people.
Okay, so you can literally do all of that in one turn, but that is all of your actions.
That's fine.
Okay, great. So with a speeding bolt of light, Nadia like shrinks down, moves at like the speed of a bullet, goes through the hallway, past everybody, past the sort of crazy weird stuff, and then goes really microscopic into the Quinjet, makes herself big, sits herself down with her fingers and controls, turns it on, and that's her turn. Vision. Oh wait, no, it's Iron Man. It's your turn.
What do I see from my position?
From your position, Tony, you see Moon Knight, who is floating in space, Starbolt, who is floating in space, and the Silver Surfer, who has just torn your friend's ship in half.
Well, I gotta save Moon Knight just because of, there's paperwork involved. So, again, not knowing anything other than to get Moon Knight where the air is, if there's still enough time to get him to his ship, which though sundered, I'm assuming he has stuff in there that he has utility belts. I'm sorry, trademarked, but it's something in there, right? So yeah, he's going to attempt again to pick him up and put him into his Moonwing, or whatever it's called.
Yeah. So you guys, you grab him. Can you make a grab roll, please?
Strength again?
Yeah, strength again, please.
Boy, oh boy.
You have missed Moon Knight, and Moon Knight now moves further out through space.
Thanks, Roll20.
You're welcome. That is, though you are closer to him, so we'll move you a little closer to him. So you're a little further out here. Great. Starbolt's going to go. He is befuddled by the Silver Surfer attacking, and I don't know why I rolled the wrong dice. But he misses, and Silver Surfer in retaliation blasts him. How far away? 3 areas away. I can't move Starbolt, but if you can move him down to this area right here, you can't see me. Move him like 5 areas away from me, Greg.
Which direction would you like?
Down.
Oops, I'm flipping around.
That's right. That's fine. Down.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's great. So now we are at Hellcat. Your turn.
Okay, so Moon Knight's drifted quite far away from us. Like, that's way over 6 quadrants away.
Yeah, it's more than 6 quadrants away.
But the Silver Surfer is relatively close to me right now. Is that accurate?
Yeah, the Silver Surfer's like within probably 3 quadrants from you.
Do I have any conceivable way of getting to him? I'm just trying to figure
You
that
can
out.
leap to him, and you can leap to him and like use a nerve punch.
That is, she is going to attempt to leap to him.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how far away that gets her from everybody else, because it's a
Gets
15.
Go ahead.
She has her power stunt, and I know our power stunts are unlocked.
Oh yeah. She has her power stunts unlocked.
But it's a 15 area radius, so I don't know how many people I'm gonna blast if I use it.
Oh, you will blast Titan, U.S. Agent, Rage, and Silver Surfer.
Okay. She's gonna go ahead and just
use her power stunt.
Huh?
You're gonna use your power stunt.
She wants to knock out Silver Surfer.
Okay, great. Do it.
And this seems to be the best way to do it.
Okay, so you're gonna spend. You don't have to spend 100 karma for this because you get it automatically, and it's unlocked. So you need to pass a red psych roll, and then your psionic powers activate, and you're capable of Shift X radical psychic attack that will blast every villain in a 15 area radius. So you just need to get a red karma roll.
I thought it says victims must pass a red psych roll to avoid passing out.
You need to pass a red psych roll to activate it too.
Oh, I also need to pass a red psych roll to activate it. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, but do it. Do it. People can lend you karma if you need. You already have your own karma because I think you got 20 bonus points.
Oh yeah, I am gonna spend karma on this too.
Right.
You can have all of Tony's. He has plenty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do some psych rolls.
Bad karma doesn't count, Tony.
I'm already there, but I have to spend 10 no matter what. So we're at 99.
Oh my god! All right, so U.S. Agent, can you make a psych roll? Rage, can you make a psych roll?
Yeah.
Silver Surfer.
Yes.
Can you make a psych roll?
Hellcat, the most badass Avenger of all.
Yeah. Well.
Thanks, ill-defined powers.
Oh my god! I got a 3. Holy crap! Silver Surfer is fucking knocked out. Is knocked out.
That's amazing.
She's like, I'm having such a bad day.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know the comics, there's actually an issue where Patsy Walker, with her psychic blast, knocks out Incredible Hulk, knocks out Luke Cage, knocks out like Abomination, knocks out like everyone in one area because of her psychic stuff. Can you remove Moon Knight as Silver Surfer from the board?
Hey, don't remove Moon Knight yet.
No, Silver Surfer from the board.
But I also need to make an endurance roll.
Yeah, make an endurance roll.
And I'm also going to spend karma on this.
Okay.
I think I already passed it.
Yeah, you did.
Wow.
So I have to spend the 10 karma.
Yeah. So Patsy takes her head. She's like, I'm having a bad day. She grabs her head, and basically the psychic ripple just basically knocks out the Silver Surfer. He is unprepared for what he's seeing. He's floating unconscious in space.
I think I also knocked out everybody else.
Yeah, knocked out everyone else. Did you? U.S. Agent passed. Rage.
Hell yeah.
Rage passed. No, red. They need a red.
It's a red.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So U.S. Agent is passed out. Rage is passed out. Titan is passed out. That part of the ship, everyone has passed out except for you, Patsy. You have knocked out that entire wing of the ship. They are unconscious.
Like, imagine I was getting my shield ready to go, and then I fall and the shield clanks down the way and rolls down the hallway like a quarter.
She just takes 3 deep breaths and then puts her mask back on.
3 deep breaths of vacuum.
So now we're at Thing. So you are floating with Gladiator and Zenith and Vision in half of the spaceship that is floating through. Now you could, you're on part where you could probably control part of that ship, but it's right now it's ship wreckage. What would you like to do with that thing?
The Reed was the one who kept getting me into trouble. So how badly damaged is this ship?
Well, it's cut in twain, but there's propulsion equipment and stuff. You could kind of try to figure out to at least give it some ability to rescue Moon Knight or Starbolt or something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I'm gonna do.
You could also join Wasp in a Quinjet.
Well, where is the Quinjet?
It's in the airlock that you docked it in when you docked the
Okay,
ship.
so that part of the ship is still
right. It's still
in
there.
one piece.
Yeah. Imagine the ship was cut in twain.
Okay.
I didn't make a graphic for the ship being cut in twain.
See, that's I was expecting that. You just really threw me. All right, no. I'm gonna run to the Quinjet and I'm gonna try and fly around and pick everybody up.
All right. So, Thing follows you, Nadia, into the Quinjet. You've already got it turned up. Yeah. So that's the spaceship that is cut in twain. But Nadia's got it turned on, but she's not a very good pilot. So you sort of push her out of the way and say, "Come on, kid." Push her out of the way and got the Quinjet at least ready to go and pushed out of the back of the ship. It is now your turn, Vision.
Okay. So I can, if I'm doing the math right, I can either move adjacent to Moon Knight and try to grab him, or I can move adjacent to Rage and US Agent and try to grab them.
Right. There is
Okay.
also something else you can do that would save everybody's lives.
Is it my power stunt?
It is your power stunt.
Oh boy, this is just really going to make his existential problems so much worse.
Because
this is a big deal.
Oh no, that's good.
Is he gonna die again?
So I only have 80 karma, but I can still
No,
do it.
no, because people pledged a lot of money. Everybody gets it automatically.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's give it a try.
So you need to make it successful. So basically, everybody, Vision's going to break himself down into millions of different nanobytes and try to,
Reform one of himself out of each nanobyte. That's what it is, right?
Well, no, everything's already programmed. So you can actually radically change and terraform things at this point. One of the things you can do. So you can break yourself down into millions of nanobytes and then reform mechanical objects.
Okay.
One of the aspects of this is you could rebuild yourself into another version. But you can literally disassemble yourself and then recompose yourself into millions of nanobytes to fix the ship.
Okay. Why don't we try it and then I'll tell you what we're doing, what I'm going to try to do with it.
Okay, so make a successful reason feat, please.
Okay, and that's excellent. My reason is excellent at a value of 10.
Yeah, excellent is 20.
It's excellent at 20.
Did I put? Oh, it should be 20.
It says 10 there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
wrong. It should be 20.
Okay.
Karma, it's great.
Yeah, I will spend karma as well.
Okay, that's fine.
So that's a 60. What do I need to spend to make it
The
a
green
successful
is
roll?
successful, I think. I believe.
Okay, so I guess I spend 10 karma automatically anyway.
Right.
70. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do then is break myself down into millions of nanomachines, gather up all of the detritus of the spaceship and all of my friends and not friends, and form just a spaceship dome around everyone that I control. It's just like Vision Town.
So lots of dead wives.
Yeah.
Imaginary children.
So you have
And real ones.
So Vision, you watch Nadia and Thing. You've taken the Quinjet out and docked it. Your Vision, in the meantime, has repaired and remolded the ship into this giant white cast off-white eggshell white version of the Shi'ar ship that
Ooh, it's
is
white, I
has
like.
protected a U.S. Agent, Titan, Hellcat Rage, but not Iron Man, Moon Knight, and Starbolt.
Oh, okay.
But
Heck,
Gladiator
didn't he do
and
that sooner?
Starbolt's, I think, a little too far out, and it takes a lot of mass. But you basically saved like 7 people.
Sweet. I'll take it.
Yeah, it takes 7 people. So really, the
There you go.
only 3 that you have to worry about right now are Starbolt, Iron Man, who's in control of himself, and Moon Knight, who's casting himself through space.
That was a hell of a thing.
I think intentionally at this point. U.S. Agent, you're unconscious. Moon Knight, you are drifting through space.
Maybe eventually he'll hit the moon.
Maybe.
Giant steps are what you take.
Walk
Walking on the moon.
Turn.
Just aim for the blue spot.
Don't aim for the blue spot.
Wasp, your turn.
My turn. Since the actual pilot is in control of the ship, I'm going to move towards the airlock to be prepared to grab whoever he flies us near and pull them inside.
Okay, Thing, who are you flying to?
I'm gonna fly towards Moon Knight.
Okay, Iron Man. So you're flying towards Moon Knight anyway. Iron Man, it's your turn.
And I'll say, don't worry, Moon Knight, we are coming for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Iron
Thank
Man,
you.
it's your turn. Do you want to try
Voices
to grab
in my head.
Starbolt, or you can still try to grab Moon Knight?
I'm going to try to grab Moon Knight because I don't like Starbolt, and I'm going to spend all my karma if I have to.
Okay, do it.
Because unreal.
I'm a slippery knight.
My lord, yeah. With a 21,
Goodness.
I'll take 60 karma, whatever. I need to grab hold of
How?
photo negative Batman. Can I grab
You know,
hold?
you are unearthly, so you only need to spend 10 to get into.
Please
Yeah,
tell
but-
me yes. I'm so desperate to just find
Okay,
purchase.
so you've saved Moon Knight. Do you want to toss him into the Quinjet?
Yes, with force.
Great.
How?
Thank you for hurling the full
The
grown
large
man
man
at
at
the
the
teenage
tiny,
girl.
tiny teenage girl. Yeah.
So you all have successfully, with the exception of Starbolt, who eventually, and Oracle, who eventually gained their equilibrium, have managed to defeat the Silver Surfer. You are all sort of integrated thanks to Vision's noble, almost self-sacrifice to put himself out there and be sort of the father of everyone, the patriarch of everyone. You have learned that when the Silver Surfer starts to wake up but has anger in his eyes, how dare you hold me? I am a herald of doom.
Okay.
Now you see that's what I don't understand, pal. I mean, look, we're old friends. We go way back. What's all this Herald of Doom nonsense?
Oracle, who eventually is brought back, looks into his mind and reveals that after some psychic backlash, that Dr. Doom used his power transference machine to suck the life out of Galactus from across the galaxy and beam it directly into his body. We know that Dr. Doom is obsessed with the power cosmic, but usually gets it from like Terrax or Silver Surfer, but not this time. This time he went after the main source of energy. So now it is Dr. Doom, and he hungers for the world.
What a great time for Reed not to be around.
Dun, dun, dun.
Somebody should give him a crate
Ended
cake.
on a cliffhanger, folks. But thank you all so much for playing. I do hope that we'll get to do this again at some point. Thank you, everybody who turned in. I think it's been a really fantastic opportunity to play with some amazing players and to raise money for the Book Industry Charitable Foundation. And I do hope that we will be able to pick up this episode again when we focus on Dr. Doom, who is now Conqueror of Worlds. Thank you all so much for taking the opportunity to play with us this evening.
Thank you.
And again,
Thanks,
thank you
David.
all for all the work that you've done and putting together the donations and the charities. And I want to thank all of
Thank
our
you, Greg.
guests. Thank you guys very much for tuning in, and hopefully we'll pick this up again soon.
Yes,
This
I
was
hope-
great. Thank you so
Thanks.
much for having
This
me.
was
guys.
awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Thank
I
you.
was going to end the broadcast.
It was great.
And then I was going to say nice things to you when we were done. That was my Twitch resolution. That was my Twitch resolution. I want to, Greg, are we all set?
Yeah, what I was just going to say is, everybody, we're going to continue our charitable donations for this industry throughout the next week, maybe a little bit longer on the channel. Get a nice big blob full of money and send it at our beloved comic book stores. Everybody follow on Twitter at Grimjack21502, and links to all of these fantastic creators will be there. I strongly suggest you follow them because, like I always say on the channel, kindness and stories will win over social distancing and sheltering in place. So surround yourself with kindness, and especially kindness that's manifested in incredibly creative and funny people, all of which you see around me. So with that being said, David, you have anything else you'd like to?
No, I think we're gonna wrap up here, and then I'm gonna say my adieus to everyone.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream by saying what we always say. As the campfire goes down, there's only one thing left to say. You can't always roll nat 20s, but you can always role play. We'll see you next time, friends.
Adios.
Yeah.